near side goes to Shea Ratliff. Ratliff up to the 10, to the 15, looking for the wedge. 20 finds a seam, tackled at the 30-yard line, and Stephenville is very fortunate that that's all Ratliff got, because he found the nice seam behind the wedge on the near sideline and was tripped up about the 25. If he's able to keep his feet up, John, he probably goes for a lot more.
He probably goes all the way. I believe that was Gilson that was the wedge buster and got in there and tripped him up. Boy, they had that blocked very well, Boots. I'm surprised that didn't go for a touchdown.
They brought about 7 players to the near side and set up a wedge. The Jackets were evenly spread with their coverage team all the way across the field, so it created a huge mismatch with the wedge going against very few blue jerseys. We're ready to get underway, I thought. Officials having a little bit of trouble on the sideline finding a football.
I think they need a football. I think that's what we've decided.
I would think that'd be one of the first things you would need.
Reminds me of that one young man I had in Little League Baseball that would always come without his hat and his glove. And I would say, Joe, when you put your uniform on, where did you think you were going? Maybe they came all the way from Brownwood and forgot to bring a football.
To start the game, I thought it was kind of a nice trait. Hodges walked a few feet over to Kobe Freeman, shook his hand. Sure, some pleasantries were said then, and said, that's probably the last nice thing I'll say to you until after the game.
That's right. I think you're right. Well, they just can't get this game started, can they?
Well, did you remember to bring a football?
Well, they got a football now, but I don't know if it's regular. Kobe says, that's not the one I want.
I want that little bitty one that I can hum a long ways.
761 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns for Kobe Freeman on the season. Leads all the area in rushing, of course, with those kind of numbers. That's pretty good numbers in 5 football games. Ooh. This is a very talented, good football team tonight to Boots. This should be a great football game.
Lions spread 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, 1 back behind Freeman. Freeman on the rollout trying to get to the side. He's in some big-time trouble. He'll be thrown down for about a 10-yard loss. Kobe Freeman was on the sprint out. The Jackets ready with a stunt the whole way and being dragged down back at the 20-yard line as Kobe Freeman, a loss of 10. In there quickly was the outside linebacker on that side of the play, Keith McCormick, and he's the one that slowed up Freeman and then waited for the rest of the Jackets.
I don't think the Stephenville defense was surprised by that call. Man, there was a jailbreak on the defensive line. You almost got an idea that might have been a screen pass they called.
Lions set up now in the traditional bone. 3 backs behind Freeman. Freeman running to the near side. Gives to the fullback who finds Renner. Across the 30, 35, 40. Cuts to the near side. Midfield. It's a foot race. 40 being tackled at the 30-yard line is Mark Butler, the man we talked about, who this is only his 2nd high school varsity game. The fullback took the quick dive over the middle, and there was no one there. 51 yards on the carry and a first down for the Lions at Jacket territory, the Stephenville 30.
Oh, man, and I tell you what, there are some bad coaches out on the Stephenville sideline because you just cannot give up that big play, and especially right up the gut like that, Boots. And the heart of this Stephenville defense has not given up anything like that all year long.
Freeman is under center again. The 3 backs behind him in the bone. Tight end look. Running the veer to the far side. Freeman has the ball. Gets to the outside. Gets around the 25, to the 20, to the 15, the 10, the 5. He will step out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And right now running for the Lions looks very easy.
Yeah, that was McCormick that ran him out of bounds again, Boots, and saved the touchdown. Man, I tell you what, they had that sealed off well that time.
So it's 1st and goal to go for the Lions at the Stephenville. Actually, we'll call it the 4-yard line. A pickup on the play of 21 yards.
Well, this will be a good test for this defense. They haven't had anything like that run at them all year long, and let's see how they respond.
Once again, Freeman under center. Running to the other straight handoff over the left side. Cutting to the outside. Going in for the touchdown is Deacon Barnes. He went in almost untouched, and the Brownwood Lions make the 4-yard carry look very easy for the go-ahead score. Brownwood 6, Stephenville nothing. PAT upcoming.
Well, that's as fast as Stephenville scores. 4 plays from offense. Took almost a minute and a half off the clock. They did it all on the ground.
I have a challenge for Steve Ross to get very close to the defensive staff as they come off the sideline and are being talked to here in a few minutes.
Yeah, that may be scary.
Now getting set for the extra point. Snap back, hold down. The kick is up, and it is no good. He missed one last week. He misses one this week. The Brownwood Lion kicker, Jeremy Finley, is just a sophomore, and maybe you saw some jitters there. 10:37 to go in the Nations Bank. First quarter, our score, Brownwood 6, Stephenville coming up. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
There's a new star in town, Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury. Come see the difference for yourself. New owners, anxious to win your business with the best possible deals. New hours, open weekdays till 7 and now open Saturday till 6. And most of all, new attitude. You'll love dealing with the friendly people at Techstar. If you don't buy from us, it won't be because of the price. Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury, Stephenville.
Hi, I'm Tim with Greenmaker Nursery. No landscaping job is too small or too big. From bedding plants to trees and shrubs, we can make your home more beautiful. Stop by or give us a call.
Memorial Stadium, 6-0 Brownwood after their opening drive. And John, that drive did not take long.
No, it didn't. It only took 4 plays, a minute and 14 seconds, went 71 yards. Burns on the 4-yard run, and they did it all on the ground. That is an impressive drive. Of course, the big one came on the fullback lead, Mark Butler, for 51 yards.
Finley is again getting ready to kick off.
Well, we thought this might be a high-scoring game, and the way it's starting off, it looks like it might be.
After this play, we'll go down to Steve Ross and see what the general consensus of the defensive coaching staff was. High end-over-end kick that will be taken by Evatt at the 5. Evatt fakes one man the second, then gives to the second man through. It's Browse. Browse across the 20, 25, cuts to the outside 30. Across the 35, getting to the outside the 40. Then he's brought down at the 47-yard line. A great return for Browse off the starburst return in which Evatt faked to 2 men first and then gave to Kendall, who made it out to actually the 48 as the official spot.
I thought he got a face mask right at the end, but maybe not. Let's go down to Steve on the sideline. Steve?
Well, Boots and John, the defensive coaching staff really not that upset. They just talked about some basic assignments the guys needed to take better care of against this wishbone offense. They really want to take away the fullback. That hurt them on that play big. They'll do a better job next time, I'm sure.
Jackets come to the line for their first offensive play of the game. 2 backs behind Luker. Zach Hunter goes in motion to the far sideline. Luker, play action, throwing out the flats, finds Hunter across midfield. Gets inside to the 45, to the 40, down to the 43-yard line. Very close to the yardage needed for a first down. I believe he's about 1 yard short. 9 yards on the completion from Hunter, I should say from Kellen over to Hunter. Making the tackle for the Lions was the outside backer, Josh Franks. 10:03 to go in the Nations Bank first quarter. Brownwood 6, Stephenville on their first drive.
Well, that was an impressive, and one of the things you said we ought to look for is if Cody's used as a decoy early. He did go straight up the middle. He's off the field now.
One split receiver to the near side is Steed. Luker under center, 3 backs behind him. Quick play action, looking to throw the deep one. Luker looking for Steed on the far sideline, making the catch. Is he out of bounds? They will state that he did not have a foot down. It was at about the 10-yard line. I thought I saw motion on the line. Was there a flag on the play? No flag, so it remains, it'll be 3rd down and 1. And John, what a beautiful play action from Luker, who hid the football.
Yeah, and boy, I tell you, Coach Browse does not miss a trick. You notice the very first thing he does, he goes to the great mismatch. He takes Steed, puts him out on Deacon Burns, who's 5'7", and a sophomore, and all he did was just throw it up and let him catch it, kind of a Randy Moss type pass.
With Steed going about 6'4". Handoff over the left side for Rosses. Rosses cuts up to about the 41-yard line, maybe the 42. It'll be very close to the yardage needing. It's going to depend on the spot.
He didn't get a very good spot. It's going to be close, so I think he made it.
It will be 4th down, according to the official. They will not even spot the ball. They will not even try to measure, I should say, so the Jackets...
Looks like about the length of the football. They'll probably go hammer time here.
Jackets will go for it.
Bring Tinklenberg in. Frostis, they're going to go with their power lineup.
Luker is under center, 2 backs behind him. Luker goes straight ahead. He will have the first down as he sneaks down to about the 38-yard line, and almost a little bit of a late hit coming up on one of the line free safety, Joe Stewartson, who laid right on top of Kellen.
Well, he kind of speared him too. That's not wise for either player. I mean, that's not healthy for either player.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Jackets at the Lion 38-yard line. 8:49 and counting here in the Nations Bank first quarter. Brownwood 6, Stephenville nothing.
We're going to go trips this time, Boots.
3 receivers to the near side, a wingback on that side as well as Hunter. Cardwell is the one back of the backfield. Now he goes in motion and signs up as a left wide receiver. Luker under center. Flick, play, inside to Hunter. Is the ball loose? No, check it. Luker has the ball. It was a misdirection play in which Luker was hammered when he faked the handoff inside.
Well, unfortunately, that was the right defense call on that play. If he hands off to Hunter, he probably scores. But they faked that little inside trap, and they had just an all-out blitz that time.
It was also a fake pass, John, to Cody Cardwell out in the flats. Once again, we see Cody being used as a decoy here early on.
Yeah, he had man coverage over there, no safety deep. That could be dangerous if they leave that combination going.
2 receivers to the near side. Play action. Luker rolling this way, still looking. Now throwing out the flats over the head of Cardwell. Cardwell just outside of his extended reach. Luker was trying to throw a touch pass to him and couldn't quite get the handle made.
Oh, boy, he let him just a little too much. He probably could have got down very close to a first down. There was a defender down at about the 30-yard line that I think had a pretty good angle on Cody, but he would have been awfully close for the first down. Instead, now it's about 3rd and 15.
Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Luker is in shotgun. He looks to the sideline to audibilize the play in. Luker still looking to the sideline. Now he will call the play at the line of scrimmage, standing in shotgun. Snap back to him. Big rush is on. Luker will have to go down, or does he not? There's flags, and so they stop.
I think we had movement before the snap of the ball, Boots.
Lions were coming with an all-out blitz, and they were about to get on Luker. It's a dead ball, illegal procedure against Stephenville, so back up the Yellow Jackets 5 more yards. It looks like here early on, John, that Coach Freeman has decided when the Jackets go into the 5 receiver sets, we're not going to worry so much about coverage. We're going to try to get to Luker and force him to make a mistake or try to go for the big sack.
I think it's a great game plan. That's what I would do against these guys. I'd make them make that pass.
Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Luker once again. Quick pass to the side is Evatt. Evatt may be willing to throw. He is. He's throwing back to Luker on the far sideline. Luker catches it to 20, 15, 10, 5. He drops the football. Picking up is one of the Stephenville offensive linemen. He gets on it at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Jackets at the 3. And the Stephenville player that picked up the ball
is, I got it. That was
61.
Is that who that was?
Jay Doty. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Doty, for picking up the football as it was the quarterback throwback. They threw to the near sideline to Evatt. Evatt waited for Luker at quarterback to run to the far sideline, found him with the pass. Luker got to the 3 where he was tackled. He was fumbled, and luckily Jay Doty was following the play. He lands on the football. Stephenville 1st and goal at the 3. Luker under center, pitches to the near side. Hunter in a lot of trouble, and he'll be stacked up for about a 4-yard loss back at the 7-yard line.
Boots, this is what we talked about in the pregame that you see right now on the football field. All that adrenaline and all of that working, and you got to figure at some point this is going to kind of even out. And Stephenville does look not a little flat, but just
almost
a little out of
sync.
sync. Yeah, a little out of sync.
Jackets will send 4 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. No backs in the backfield except Luker, who is under center. Luker throwing the deep fade pattern to Steed. Steed goes up for the ball. He makes the catch. Is out of bounds. I'm not so sure that the defensive back didn't force Steed out of bounds on the play.
Yeah, and that is a judgment call. And there again, they went right back to that matchup with Deacon Burns defending. Burns doesn't have a chance on that play. Absolutely no chance.
I think for the Jackets to make that play successful, they've got to allow Steed to line up closer to the hash to have more room to work to the sideline.
Or run him over the middle. I mean, they could do the same thing because Burns is not going to defend that play.
It's 3rd and goal for the Jackets at the Brownwood 7. Brownwood 6, Stephenville on their first drive of the ball game. Luker is under center. Luker rolling to the far side. Reverse to the near side is Evatt. Evatt throws in the back of the end zone to Steed. Touchdown! The reverse pass works to perfection, and Stephenville has tied the football game 6-6. The PAT is yet to come in the Nations Bank first quarter.
Oh, it's good to have two quarterbacks on the field, Boots, that can do that. Notice two big plays on that series was Everett throwing them. One to Luker and then one to Steve. Boy, how open was he?
And it's the first time we've seen that type of series this year. Felix' magical bag of tricks is wide open tonight.
That's right.
J.W. Boring getting set. The snap from Keel is back high, but held. Steed's hold down kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. So with 6:38 to go in the Nations Bank first quarter, our score, Stephenville 7, Brownwood 6. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Health-focused foods in the Bosque River Center can speed up your metabolism, burn fat, curb sugar cravings, and help shrink your appetite. New Xenadrine and Medicuts are two of the state-of-the-art diet products that work very quickly and cost less than $1 a day. These products are thermogenic formulas, which help the body shed unwanted pounds and inches the natural way. Come by and let us show you New Xenadrine and Medicuts. Health-focused foods in the Bosque River Center is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 6, and Sunday, 1 to 5.
Parenting is a constant learning process. What you have to do is prioritize.
Back in '88, Earl wanted to retire, spend more time with Tiger.
But Dad taught me.
I met an American Express financial advisor. Dave is a personal friend of mine to this day. We trust each other because we got a track record.
It's about making smarter decisions.
And that's when dreams can happen.
Call today to find out how we can help you reach your dreams.
Welcome back, Memorial Stadium. 6:38 remaining in the Nations Bank first quarter. Our score, Stephenville 7, Brownwood 6. Stephenville getting ready to kick off. J.W. Boring set to kick. John, that last scoring drive.
11 plays, 52 yards, took 3:45. Everett to Steed. That scoring summary brought to you by Loopy's Breakfast and Dinner.
High pooch kick to the middle of the field, comes to the 25, and then is taken down right at the 26-yard line. The return man for the Lions was one of the up men, 78 Chad Evans. That's a good way to get rid of the wedge, is just kick it to one of the wedge players. Not much chance of them running the ball in. I want to thank you tonight for listening on KSTV, whether you're at home listening here in the stands, on the World Wide Web at KSTVFM.com. Our thanks to the folks at TexiNet, or you're still en route to the game. Hi, Robert and Amber. We appreciate you listening tonight as the Lions get set for their second series of the ball game. Kobe Freeman will walk up to the line under center. Three backs behind him, one receiver to the far side. Freeman running the veer to the near side, gives to the fullback. This time he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe 1 yard for the fullback. That is Butler. It'll set up second down and 9.
Looked like Craig Parks come off the bottom of the stack there, Boots, and that's Parks and Harmon are going to have their work cut out for them tonight, and those are the guys that need to make those tackles right there.
Right up the middle. And you've got to expect Harmon and Parks, junior and sophomore, this is obviously their biggest game of their career.
Good point.
Back in the wishbone again for the Lions. A tight end look on the far side. Kobe turns around, says something to his fullback. Under center is Freeman. Freeman long snap count. Running the option is Freeman. Freeman will be drilled in the backfield. A loss on the play back to the 24-yard line. It was Keith McCormick making the play. The Jackets did not take the fake on the fullback. Freeman took 2 steps out of it, and he was hammered. It'll be third down and 11.
I don't think it's, on these two series, Boots, I don't think it's hard to figure out what Keith McCormick's assignment is tonight. I think he has the quarterback. What do you think?
Especially when they go to that side. The loss was not quite as far as they give forward progress to the 26, so it's third and 11. Brownwood needing to get to about the 37-yard line. Freeman this time has 2 receivers to the near side, I formation. Freeman rolling up, looking to throw. He's in some trouble. He'll come back to the middle. He'll be tackled at about the 29-yard line. A pickup of 3 on the play. This time the other side linebacker, Monk, makes the tackle for Stephenville. It'll bring up fourth down and about 8, and so the Lions will be first to punt their first time tonight.
Boots, what a great read by Monk. As Freeman saw some territory up the middle that looked like he could get that first down, and he headed off, and Justin Monk went in and made a good ankle tackle.
Chris Meeks getting set to punt for the Lions. Snap back to him is high but handled. His punt is away. The left-footed punter hits a spiraling kick that hits at the 45 to the 40, down to the 35 to the 34-yard line, and that where the ball will roll dead. 39 yards on the punt. Stephenville will start 1st and 10 at their own 34, and listen to the Can fans saluting their defense after that 3-and-out series.
Well, and how important was that to that defense, Boots? I mean, you know, they made some adjustments, obviously, and like Steve Ross said, they were going to do something different on the fullback, and I believe they did something different on the fullback. They stuffed him for what, like a 2-yard gain on the first carry, and then the good sack by McCormick put them in a passing situation, something they don't necessarily like to do.
Not much. Twins to the far side, one receiver to the near side. Hunter is in a wing back on the Cardinal side. Check that, he is at fullback. Luker, play action, setting up, looking to throw, throwing the deep ball to Cardwell. He's got him down there, but just overthrown. He was clearing at the 25-yard line. Cardwell was drawing double coverage, but he did have a step on both the defensive backs, just slightly overthrown from Luker.
Well, he did get double coverage, and that's one that Coach Browse will probably want to go back to, that play. Man, A.B. Combs is wide open at the 45-yard line, the Brownwood 45. Now remember, he's a guy that's averaging 30 yards a catch. He'd have had 30 and then some if Luker would have thrown it to him, but he had already decided he was going to Cardwell and nobody was going to change his mind.
Trips to the near side, one receiver far side. Now Hunter goes in motion to the far side. Jackets are in some illegal motion. It's an incomplete pass. Jackets had 2 men in motion on the play as Hunter was going in motion to the far sideline, and then Kendall Briles went in motion at a wing back.
I think Brownwood jumped offside, too.
It's illegal shift against Stephenville.
Well, there's a couple of penalties penalties never help you, that's for sure, Boots.
Well, this is an interesting call. Do you want to set up 3rd down and 10, John, or do you want to give Stephenville another down?
I think I go 3rd and 10.
Brownwood will decline the penalty, as you said. Well, or do they? Let's wait for the official. It is illegal shift against Stephenville. 2 men were in motion. It is declined by the Lions, so it sets up 3rd down and 10 for Stephenville at their own 34-yard line. Stephenville leading Brownwood 7-6 here in the first quarter. Now Luker's under center, 3 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Pump fake from Luker, in some trouble, and he'll be sacked back of the 29-yard line. The ball is loose, and one of the Jacket fullbacks, Tinklenberg, gets up and gets on the ball at the 31-yard line. And John, you said it. This is a situation where the Lions are going to try to get to Luker tonight, and they're rushing 6 on most plays with 5 people trying to block, and you can do the math on what's going to happen with that situation.
Yeah, they got 6 guys that can run to the football too, and it's good. It's good strategy.
Evatt will get set to punt. Brownwood has no one back. A high spiraling kick that will hit at the 30, bounce forward to the 25, down to the 20, down to the 15-yard line, and that's where the ball will come dead. 55 yards on the punt from Chris Evatt as the Lions elect not to send anyone back deep, and now they're stuck deep at their own 15 with 3:39 to go in the Nations Bank first quarter. Stephenville 7, Brownwood 6.
Well, how about that? Brownwood takes the opening kickoff, marches the field in 4 plays. Kicks off Stephenville. They march right down the field in 11 plays. And then it's 3 and out for both
teams. It's a little tit for tat.
Yeah. Maybe that's the settling down process now.
The adrenaline's over a little bit.
I think you're right. And we're almost through the first quarter.
I think Stephenville offense is going to have to make some adjustments if Brownwood continues to send 6 people with all the receiver sets for Stephenville. Brownwood back on offense. Under center is Freeman. Pitching to the near side is Deacon Burns. Across the 15, the 20, gets out to the 25, keeps his feet at the 28-yard line. Deacon Burns makes it out to about the 28-yard line, and that is very close to the yards needed for a first down. It will be, however, it is enough for the first down. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 28.
Yeah, he picked up
13 yards.
Almost 14,
sure.
Yeah. Miles tripped him up at about the 23-yard line, and he fell forward up to the 29-yard line.
Colby Freeman is under center. I formation behind him. Play action. Freeman setting up. He's in some trouble. Throws out the flat. Has an open receiver. Ratliff. Ratliff across the 35, across the 40. Makes Miles mid-seam. Cuts back midfield. Across the 45. Down the sideline. And knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Brownwood. Brownwood that time kind of suckered the rush in, and it left Ratliff, the back, open in the flats. The play will go 35 yards. And so far, the Brownwood Lion offense in 2 out of 3 series looks pretty strong.
Yeah, they do. That was, Shea Ratliff was wide open out at about his 40-yard line, and Miles was the closest guy to him at about 10 yards away and just trying to hurry and get there as quick as he could.
First and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 35-yard line. Freeman under center, two receivers far side, one to the near side. I formation. Running the option to the near side is Freeman. Freeman pitches out. Lots of running room for Burns across the 30, the 25, down to the 21-yard line before he's tackled by Gunn. And a first down for the Lions down at about the 21-yard line. And very slow coming up on the play is one of the tailbacks, Shea Ratliff.
Yeah, Shea is real slow to get back at the 30-yard line. He just got pretty well hammered. And Freeman took a pretty big shot from Gilson just as he pitched the ball. And that's something you like to do, is to get a shot on that quarterback every chance you get.
Well, there was some confusion on the play of who had the pitch man, and it looked like the coaching staff may have been slightly confused too, because they had a big powwow after the play to say who's going to take pitch on that particular play. Back to action, pitch back to Ratliff. Ratliff trying to the bounce to the outside. He finds it to the 15, the 10, cuts up down to the 8-yard line, and Shea Ratliff looks better after that play as another first down for the Lions.
Clark Boone came in to make that tackle, shoestring tackle, and boy, they chew it up in big chunks quick, don't they?
Stephenville is not getting a lot of penetration up the middle, and that's causing a lot of the trouble right now. Score is Stephenville 7, Brownwood 6. Here with about 2.5 minutes to go in the Nations Bank first quarter, Brownwood knocking at the Stephenville door at the 9-yard line. First and goal to go for the Lions. Freeman under center, the wishbone look behind him, one receiver to the near side. Pitch to the near side is Burns. Burns trying to get to the outside, to the 10. He'll cut back at the 5, gets in for the touchdown. Deacon Burns got a round containment, picks up the score, and Brownwood takes back the lead now. 12-7 at the 2:12 mark of the first quarter.
Well, do they go for two here, Boots? I think they probably have to.
Especially after the way the first kick was attempted. An interesting play for Burns that time, who when it got to the sideline kind of dipped back to the inside, and it made all the containment dip back with him, and then he beat them to the corner and made two Jackets miss on the play.
Boy, these running backs use a stiff arm. I like to see that. More people ought to use that.
Freeman is under center. Brownwood will go for two. Wishbone look, running the option. Freeman has the ball. He pitches out. It's to Burns. Burns tries to cut back. He gets to the goal line, and he will get in for the two-point conversion as he broke 3 tackles on the play. And with 2:12 to go in the Nations Bank first quarter, our score, Brownwood 14, Stephenville 7, back in 1 minute on KSTV.
The single most important step in building any investment plan is getting started. If you have any questions about how to start or build an effective investment program, ask the investment representatives at Investment Centers of America. Whether you're thinking about an IRA, a small business plan, a retirement plan, or some financial issue, Investment Centers of America can help you find what fits you best. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory. Stihl has been building quality chainsaws since 1926. Bill's Lawnmower Shop has been providing quality power equipment service since 1966. For an experienced team that can provide excellent service and reliable chainsaws, look to Stihl and Bill's Lawnmower Shop.
Deacon Burns, the man that ran that two-point conversion in for the Lions, is just now making his way off the sideline. Looked like he may have gotten the breath knocked out of him from landing on the football in the end zone, John.
Yeah, that and 2 Stephenville Yellow Jackets landing on top of him. That didn't help much, that's for sure.
That last scoring play, John, that last scoring drive?
It was 5 plays this time. 85 yards, only took a minute 27. Some other 6-4-A scores we'll give them to you right after this kickoff.
Getting set to kick for the Lions again is Jeremy Finley. Finley approaches the ball his own 40. The kick is away. Wobbly end-over-end kick that will be taken by Freeman. Fakes to the first man. No gives to the first man. It's Hunter across the 25. Gets up to the 27, to the 28, to the 29-yard line. And if Hunter had been able to make one man miss on the play, he'd have picked up a lot more yardage. There is a flag down at the point of the tackle. Is this a face mask, John?
Let's see. It might be.
It is a face mask against Brownwood, against Stephenville. Excuse me, now they changed their mind back against Brownwood. So you can add 5 more yards onto that. Stephenville will start somewhere around their own 34-yard line.
Some scores from District 6 4A in the second quarter. Crowley 7, Burleson 7. First quarter, Cleveland 14, Everman nothing.
Boy, Everman is a team that's going to be in a lot of problems for at least the next 3 weeks, as grades came out for Everman last week and they lost their starting 2 running backs.
And how about starting district with Stephenville, Brownwood, Cleveland? That's pretty tough.
And welcome to District 6 4A.
Really.
First and 10 for the Jackets at their own 34-yard line. Brownwood 14, Stephenville 7 with 2:01 to go here in the Nations Bank first quarter. This is the third drive of the contest for Stephenville. Luker is in shotgun, 2 backs standing right next to him. Snap back, hands to one of the backs. No Luker on a keeper. Will come to the near side, now throw deep across the field, and it's to Steed, who was wide open, and it's over his head. Steed had gotten completely behind the Brownwood defense at the 25-yard line, and Luker just overthrew him. It would have been a touchdown if he could have hit him in stride.
Good grief, was he wide open. Man. And Steve stretched that big frame of his out that he'd try to help himself even a little bit more, but he overthrows KC Steve. You've done a pretty good job of it.
Well, when you're at 6'4", 6'5", you're right.
Yeah.
Did you notice they ran Cardwell underneath and it sucked in all of the defensive backs? That's why Steve was so wide open. Now Luker in shotgun, trips to the far side, twins on the near side, throwing quickly out to Cardwell. Cardwell looks for a block, he finds one. Gets to the sideline, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, it's a foot race. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Cody Cardwell will go 66 yards, and Stephenville is pulled within 1. PAT yet to come.
Great block downfield. And then Cody just did all the work, broke 2 tackles getting there. What was that you said earlier? Tit for tat? Well,
There you go.
sure serve.
Well, some people predicted this might be an offensive showdown tonight.
Well, they predicted correctly.
In the first quarter anyway. Jackets getting set for the extra point. Keel with the snap, Steed with the hold, Boren awaits with the boot. Snap back, hold down, kick is on the way. It is up and it is good. With 1:43 to go in the Nations Bank first quarter. We're knotted at 14. Stephenville and Brownwood back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Hello, friends. This is Greg Bruner for Bruner Motors, sitting on top of my old friend Buck here. You may think this is a lot of bull, but I've got some specials that are no bull deals for you.
GM certified used cars and trucks which have gone through an extensive 110-point inspection and come standard with a 12-month or 12,000-mile factory bumper-to-bumper warranty.
On behalf of our 90 employees, come on down to any of our 3 locations for your no bull deal. And by the way, we appreciate your business.
Your friends at Brooks Real Estate want to kick off a winning season by teaming up with the real estate professionals at Brooks Real Estate, the strategy that sells. Call Brooks at 965-5051. Easter Air has become the name synonymous with excellence in Erath County. We recommend a checkup on your central heat and air unit every 6 months to keep it running at its best. Offering no interest financing on Lennox systems. Easter Air at 968-6494 or stop by at 1011 North Graham, Stephenville.
Welcome back. Memorial Stadium, John Hollinger, Boots Elliott. John, that last scoring drive?
Was a good one, wasn't it, Boots? Oh, let me get my paperwork here. 2 plays, 66 yards, took 18 seconds. Cardwell from Luker, 66-yard pass. Let's score in summary. Brought to you by Walmart Vision Center.
J.W. Boren's high end-over-end kick will be taken by Ratliff at the 15. They set up the wedge at the 20, and he's nailed, but escapes from that one, but not the rest of them. The Jackets running down at the 18-yard line. Good, even spread coverage for the Jackets, who stay in their lanes, and when Ratliff broke off a couple tackles and ran vertically, he was not able to escape.
Earlier on the touchdown to Deacon Burns, when he went into the end zone, Ryan Harris went over, I don't know if anybody saw this, and said something in his ear, and there's something to the effect probably, you're not going to do that again. And then he just made a big tackle out there just a moment ago, Ryan Harris. I think we need to go down to Steve Ross right after this play.
First and 10 for the Lions at their own 18-yard line. 2 backs behind Freeman. Tight end look on the near side with the receiver and a split receiver to the far side. Inside handoff. Freeman, however, keeps. Breaks to the outside. 25 across the 30. Looking for running room. Knocked out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
Ryan Harris.
Ryan Harris hit Freeman on the sideline. It's a big pickup for the senior quarterback. First and 10 for the Lions. Let's go to Steve Ross.
All right, Boots and John, you mentioned the young man Deacon Burns on that last scoring drive and a lot of the work he did. To give you an idea what kind of athlete this young man is, he started last year as a freshman at point guard on the basketball team, was probably the best player they had, played second base and hit over 400 on the baseball team that went to the playoffs as a freshman.
And not doing a bad job tonight for the Lions at running back. Back again is Freeman under center. Pitch to the backside is Ratliff. Ratliff looks to get to the corner. He cuts back and gets nailed at about the 49-yard line, but not before a very solid 7-yard pickup for that running back. And John, you and I talked about it during the break for the defense. I think this is not so much Stephenville getting beat on defense as much as the defense is so confused right now at looking at this multiple offense of Brownwood as far as the option and wishbone is concerned, because you don't see that every day, and you don't even see it in college anymore.
Yeah, and it's something you got to see at full speed, at game speed, and so you can make your adjustments accordingly.
Brownwood will have an I formation behind Freeman. Split receivers both sides. Tight end look. Running the option. Giving to the first man through. That is Ratliff. Ratliff will be tackled by Parks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll set up 3rd down and about 3. A short 3 needed for the Lions.
Let me give you some other 4A scores, Boots, from around the state. These are both second quarter scores. Lamarck 14, Dickinson nothing, Andrews 14, Snyder nothing. Again, those are in the second quarter.
Third down, actually 2 after the spot. The ball is just in jacket territory. 2 backs behind Freeman. Freeman gives the ball to the tailback coming through. Finds a lot of running room. That's Burns. Burns will be tackled by Briles down at about the 37-yard line. A flag on the play, and it may be face mask against Stephenville.
It's going to be close. That's what it looked like from up here where I am, which is a long ways away.
That was a 3rd down and 2 play. It is face mask against Stephenville, the 5-yard variety. So you can tack on 5 more yards from the 38, take the ball down to the 33-yard line. That is the end of the Nations Bank first quarter. Our score with 1 second as soon as it ticks off. Stephenville is 14. Brownwood is 14. Roll the clock, please, official, so we can go to break. That is the end of the first quarter. 14-14, Stephenville to Brownwood. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
The purpose of the SABC is to provide financial and moral support to the boys and girls athletic programs throughout junior high and high school. The money we raise helps the Stephenville Independent School District with the increasing expenses of athletics and the equipment that is necessary so that all students have an opportunity to participate. Membership also provides a way for parents and supporters to become involved in the building of the great spirit for which Stephenville athletics is known. It takes a lot of involvement to accomplish all that we would like, and we need you. Offering Stephenville's largest selection of colors and styles, Danny's House of Carpet covers all of your flooring needs. Besides our wide selection, our friendly, knowledgeable staff can help you with anything from carpet and ceramic tile flooring to custom drapes, bedspreads, and professional installation. Serving the Stephenville area for 26 years and counting, come by Danny's House of Carpets at 1670 South Loop for all of your decorating needs.
Welcome back, Memorial Stadium. The start of the second quarter brought to us by Cook Lumber Company of Stephenville on the South Loop.
You know, Boots, selling out, talking about Brownwood's defense, selling out on that rush is kind of like the suicide squeeze in baseball. You know, if it works, it's a great play, but boy, if you get beat, it's an easy touchdown. It'll be interesting to see if they stay with that game plan. That's obviously what their game plan was, because Stephenville has been getting some of the receivers wide open and making some big plays. We'll see when they go back to defense. But first things first here for Stephenville's defense.
1st and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 34-yard line. Freeman is under center. The 3 backs behind him. Straight drop, looking to throw the flare pattern out to the deep receiver on that sideline is Corey Crawford. It's too far in front of him into the near sideline. Incomplete. Good coverage on the play from Ryan Harris.
That's one of those timing patterns, you know, where you just throw it to a spot and the receiver has to run to it. And that was just, as you said, great defense by Ryan. And again, you can tell that's something they don't, I mean, I'm sure they do it in practice, but they don't do it very often in game time. And that was just not a real good throw by Freeman.
Sets up 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. Ball is spotted actually at the 33-yard line of Stephenville. Here in the second quarter, 14-14 apiece, Brownwood and Stephenville. Freeman running the option to the veer side, picks up a good block at the 30, makes it to the outside, 25, trying to cut back at the 20, he does, and then it gets gang tackled at the 19-yard line. It's enough for a first down, a pickup of around 15 on the play. It'll set up 1st and 10 for the Lions after Gunn makes the tackle at about the Well, let's get the official spot. They spot him all the way down to almost the 16-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 to go for the Lions right there at the Stephenville 16.
Another impressive offensive drive here for the Brownwood Lions. And Stephenville really needs to, not get into a scoring contest with these guys. They need to shut them down right here. It's either been 3 and out or touchdown for both these teams.
Kobe Freeman doesn't like something. He will take a timeout. We'll take one with him. 11:25 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 14, Brownwood 14, back in 1 minute on KSTV.
There are a lot of good reasons to have insurance. Whether you call them Michael or Ashley, Lexi or Scott. And because you want to be there for them, your State Farm agent is there for you with the Family Insurance Checkup. It allows you to see how your coverage measures up and pick the plan that's right for your family's needs. So call for your free Family Insurance Checkup today.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Who was voted the best tractor dealership in Erath County? Who carries products for the farmer, outdoorsman, and the family who wants the ultimate lawn? If you guessed Hendershot Equipment, you scored a touchdown. Supporting the Jackets for over 30 years, Bill Tomlinson, class of 67, David Tomlinson, class of 71. The Stephenville Funeral Home, your family's friend in time of need in Stephenville.
Welcome back. 14 apiece. Stephenville and Brownwood. Brownwood has 1st and 10. Ball is spotted. We'll get a better view of the football. It's at the 17-yard line, and that's where the Lions will begin after the timeout. Split backs behind Freeman. Double tight end look. Play action, in the left tight end for the Lions jumped on the play. He was actually a tackle that was in as a tight end over on the particular play. That's Blake Williams, and he pats himself on the head as to say, why did I do that?
Probably one of the questions the coaches would like to ask him right now.
So that'll set up 1st and 15 for the Lions. Ball is placed out at the 23-yard line.
Boy, you sure don't want to do that when you're inside your opponent's 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Of course, 1st and 15 is kind of like 1st and 15 for Stephenville with the Brownwood offense.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Twins to the far side. Once again, split backs behind Freeman. Double tight end look for the Lions. Inside trap to Ratliff, and Ratliff is carried over. Check that. It's Freeman has the ball, and he's coming all the way to the near sideline, and he's wrapped up for a huge loss.
Guess who?
Would that be Mr. Hodges or Mr. McCormick?
McCormick.
Thank you. He's got responsibility to that side, and it's a loss all the way back to the 28-yard line. The reason I thought John Ratliff had the ball on the play is once he took the fake and went inside, he was absolutely annihilated and put right on his back.
That's the only thing about this offense. I can remember as a kid in school thinking, man, I would not want to play because you get hit every play. Every play.
You know why I don't like this?
Why?
It's hard for play-by-play guys to figure out who's got the football.
Hey, good point.
Freeman under center, split receivers both sides. Freeman play action, setting up in the pocket. He'll be drilled, but he gets the ball away, and the ball is dropped. It was intended for Pierce on the play, the tight end, incomplete. Coming in was Gilson, I believe, made a huge hit on the backside of Freeman, and it took Freeman a little while to get off the turf after he let that ball go.
I'll tell you, he is a big-time player, that Kobe Freeman, no doubt about it. He took a big shot from Gilson from his blind side, and boy, those hurt the worst. When you don't see them coming, you can't really prepare yourself for it. He took a good lick and got, like you say, a little slow, but he did get up off the canvas.
Chance Pierce was the intended receiver. Kendall Biles had good coverage on the play. It's now 3rd down and 22 for the Lions. Under Freeman, under center, play action. Freeman setting up, looking to throw the deep ball across the middle. Has the receiver. It's up and knocked away. What a great defensive play was made by Gunn. Gunn, who knocked the ball away from the intended receiver on the play, Jeremy Finley. Finley had his hands on the ball momentarily in the air in the end zone, and Gunn knocks the ball away and sets up 4th down.
That was a big-time defensive play, Boots. What a great pass by Freeman. He put it right on the money. He just ran that post, as Finley, as you said, and he was open. He had Gunn beat. Gunn closed on him, and as you said, just reached up and stole that ball away from him.
It is now 4th down, and the Lions will go for it. 4th and 22 at the Stephenville 29-yard line. You hear the fans raise to their feet. Kobe, straight drop, looking to throw the screen, is in some trouble. He'll step forward, now he'll escape. Flags down, this is probably coming back for holding. Kobe's at the 25, and he'll be nailed by Gunn at about the 22-yard line.
Talk about nailed. Well, Justin Monk got leveled down at about the 20-yard line. One of those blocks coming back on him that he didn't see.
Well, this is an interesting call because I think you want to decline it and take the football, certainly, but this one would have come back anyway. It is illegal hands are holding against Brownwood. I'm sure this will be declined, and Stephenville will take over the ball at the Brownwood 22-yard line.
We want the football, Coach. Yeah, that's right.
Big defensive play for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, because if you take that penalty, you know what they do? They kick the football.
Sure.
Because they'd be back at about the 40-yard line. So, yeah, this is the best field position you're going to get on this deal right here.
So the ball will turn over on downs. Our score 14 apiece. Stephenville and Brownwood with 10:21 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Twins to the far side, one receiver to the near side.
Here's where the offense needs to go down and score now, Boots. After the defense made a big stand.
Luker is under center, one back standing behind him. That back is Evett, who comes in motion to the near side. Inside trap, hand off to Hunter. Big running room, 30, 35, 40. He's at midfield. He may go. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. 78 yards on the run, right up the middle to the Zach Rabbit. Jackets take back the lead, 20-14.
Hey, we got one of those up the middle plays too, huh, boys? How open was he?
That's the beautiful inside wing-back trap.
I was just going to say before the play, Boots, they had 7 guys on the line of scrimmage ready to rush. No linebackers. They were all up on the line of scrimmage. What a great play call.
It may change Freeman's thoughts if Stephenville keeps doing that. J.W. Boring gets set. Snap back to him. Hold. Kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. 10-11 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Our score, Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14. Back in 1 minute on KSTV.
There's a new star in town, Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury. Come see the difference for yourself. New owners, anxious to win your business with the best possible deals. New hours, open weekdays till 7 and now open Saturday till 6. And most of all, new attitude. You'll love dealing with the friendly people at Techstar. If you don't buy from us, it won't be because of the price. Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury, Stephenville.
Are you troubled by strange noises under your car?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your drive shaft?
Have you or any of your family suspected a spook, specter, or ghost in your machine?
If the answer is yes,
then don't wait another minute. Call the professionals. We're ready to believe you. Our courteous and efficient staff will take care of you whether you need new tires, strut, brakes, front end alignment, or just a spark in your spook. Trans Texas Tire. We're ready to believe you.
10-11 to go in the second quarter. Johnny, that last scoring drive.
One play, 78 yards, 10 seconds. Put the clock on that guy. That scoring summary brought to you by River North Small Animal Hospital.
21-14, Stephenville on top. We'll watch in the next defensive series if Brownwood continues to walk that many people on the line of scrimmage. J.W. Bourne hits the pooch kick on the far sideline. It will be fair caught at the 28-yard line. The pooch kick works to perfection as Brownwood will be having to start at their own 28-yard line. Derek Malarkey took the fair catch, and that's a bunch of malarkey. He didn't try to run with it.
You're right.
Thank you.
Don't overuse that, all right?
That's the last time.
Okay, all right.
Well, I think the crowd has gotten even bigger, Johnny. It's 4 and 5 deep standing around the field with a packed stadium and a lot of people walking around the berm section who can't even see the game.
Yeah, they said over on the south end zone that was going to be like the overflow crowd. Well, there's quite a few people in the south end zone now as well, Boots.
First and 10 for the Lions at their own 29-yard line. Freeman walks them up to the line. They'll set up in the wishbone look. 3 backs behind Freeman. Long snap count. Running the option. Keeping the ball is Freeman across the 35 to the 40. Breaks to the outside 45. Cuts back midfield, and he is nailed at the 45-yard line of Stephenville. Brownwood is finding success at the point of attack on the offensive line. 25 yards on the carry for Freeman.
Well, now they're going to mark it 45, so let's give him 26, Boots. Yeah, that's exactly right. He's just such a big, strong runner, too. Once he gets in that open field and you catch up with him, he's still hard to bring down.
Well, what's impressive for the Brownwood offensive line right now is the backs are going across the line of scrimmage and not really breaking tackles. They've got lots of running room. Freeman back under center, running the veer to the near side. Looks to cut up, trying to get to the far sideline. He'll be run out of bounds at the 40, and he's thrown out of bounds, and Freeman is down on the track. He was nailed at the 40-yard line. He slid right into the benches, and he is down on the track here at Memorial Stadium, and that could not have felt good.
No, and there is a hush on the crowd. Here come all the Brownwood coaches, and I'm sure he took a big shot from one of the Stephenville defensive players. He was still in the field of play when he took the shot. It was a clean shot, and there's going to be some people who are not very happy from Brownwood, I know. They're going to think it was a cheap shot, and these coaches next door to us are pounding their fist, and they're not going to be happy about that. But it was a clean shot. I mean, whenever you're in the field of play, that's going to happen.
The backup quarterback for the Lions, I saw a note on this earlier in the day, and I didn't think I'd need to look at it. It is Josh Franks, the guy that plays some defensive back for the Lions. He starts at actually the outside linebacker. He is the backup quarterback on the team, and he is also a senior.
And the bad thing about it was Kobe could not break his fall. He was falling forward, holding on to the football, and what he did, he hit, I think the worst part of it is he hit the bench. I think the bench part hurt him more than anything.
And the boos have started from across the field here at Memorial Stadium. You're right. His chest, as he was diving forward, his hands were at his side, hit the bench, and it caused him almost to propel onto the track, and it's like he skidded face first on the track.
Well, let me tell you, Boots, I saw a similar thing happen, and well, maybe I shouldn't even say this. I was going to say I saw a guy get injured like this once when I was in school, and he went over a bench like that and broke a collarbone. And I mean, I'm not saying that's what happened to this young man, but the way he fell, like you said, he just skimmed right across the top of the bench. He did not have a chance to break his fall.
Let's go right down on the sideline to Steve Ross, who is standing right by what's happening. And Steve, give us some kind of early indication.
Well, Boots and John, I know Dr. Jim Herbertson from Cross Timbers Orthopedics looking at him now, along with Dr. Evans and the training staff. You called it right. The thing that made that such a tough hit, Freeman's such a big kid and runs so hard. He just had a lot of momentum as he was hit in the field of play. But he came across the bench, and his arms were at his side, and he was right next to me and landed face first right on the track. That is as ugly a thing as I've ever seen on the football field. Now, they've turned him back over. He is talking. He's moving his arms and legs. Of course, they got the pin light out looking at his eyes. I'm sure they're checking to see if there are any symptoms of a concussion or anything like that. He is conversing with them right now. They don't appear to be looking at any physical injuries as far as a collarbone or an arm or a shoulder or anything like that. He does have his wind back now. They're just trying to see how loosened Kobe Freeman is right now and where he is mentally. And as you pointed out, John, and it looks like they're about to step him up right now, and we sure hope that young man's okay.
Yeah, the hit was not the bad part. It was him hitting that bench was the bad part.
No, he just got shoved out of bounds. There was nothing dirty about the hit. You got to pursue that option all the way out. And I see Freeman up talking to the Brownwood trainer now. But he just came across that bench, and it kind of took his knees out from under him, and then he just did a face plant right on the track. He barely caught the corner of this matting that they put down behind the benches, but his contact point was right on this tartan surface or asphalt that is the track, so that had to hurt. You're just glad that he had a full face mask on his helmet. And he's taking some water now, and it looks like they're going to pull him up to his feet. He may be out for a while, but he's a tough kid. A nice show of sportsmanship as Casey Speed and Toby O'Neill come over and pat him on the back as Kobe Freeman walks back onto the field of play. And, Stephenville wants to win this game, but they want to win it against Brownwood's best, and we hope Kobe Freeman's back on the field in just a couple of plays.
All right, appreciate it, Steve Ross being right there on the sideline. And, John, a note that we ought to mention on this is that immediately when Freeman went down, the Stephenville coaching staff was right there around him and the training staff giving any immediate support that was needed.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And he, again, I know the people over on the Brownwood side are thinking that was dirty and it was a cheap shot. And it truly is not. I mean, I'm trying to be unbiased about this as I can. And it was not a cheap shot. He was still on, when you see the replay of it, he was still on the field of play. Yes, he was going to out of bounds, but he was in the playing field, and, you can be hit. He was hit, and again, it was the bench that did the damage, not the football players. I'm sure they're probably mad now.
It is now. Second down and 4 yards. So Franks is in the game at quarterback. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14. Franks running the pitch to the near side, looking for Burns. Burns will be run down and be hit after about a half-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd down and about 2.5 needed for the Lions. Clayton Harmon came up from his defensive tackle to make the stop. Almost even no gain on the play.
A little different football team without number 15 in there, isn't it?
Boy, they just don't quite look in sync, but Kobe Freeman is back in the ball game.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to see that.
And I'm sure that will add a little bit of spark to the Brownwood team, seeing their leader trot back onto the field.
Be interesting to see if he's a little hesitant when he runs. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Freeman is under center. Big 3rd down. Handoff to the near side. In some trouble is Burns, but flags come down. It was a delay of game.
Look at Burns standing nose to nose with Hodges. Hodges was just about to deliver a shot. He's probably thinking, I'm glad that whistle blew. I mean, it was nose to nose.
8:54 remaining in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14. The 5-yard delay of game penalty backs the Lions up to the 43-yard line, and I'm not so sure that Freeman is not still a little woozy right now.
He sure looks like he looks like a guy that's just got some cobwebs there he needs to get cleared out.
Kind of like you just got run over and you're trying to figure out where you are for a few minutes.
Yeah. What's the old saying? Who got to get the license plate
on that truck?
Yeah.
3rd down and 8 for the Lions. Freeman under center, I formation behind him. The Lions jump. Yeah. Flags come down.
They left early again. That was 85 over there, Clint Dempsey. It was in the tight end position.
I officially declare Freeman ready to play again because after the play, he did some nifty hand tricks with the football after that.
Look, he's kind of favoring that left shoulder, Boots. If you'll notice, it's hanging a little lower than the other side, and I think he's probably ready for the sideline for a few minutes.
That penalty on Brownwood, the illegal motion, backs them up to the Stephenville 48-yard line. So it now becomes, when they did have 3rd and 3 after 2 consecutive penalties, it's now 3rd and 13.
That's their 4th penalty, Boots, to them coming right here on this play.
Split backs behind Freeman, receivers to both sides. Play action, Freeman setting up, looking to throw deep. Still looking to throw. Has an open receiver, but he's chased all the way back to the 35. Now he'll throw this one up for grabs. It's underthrown. And boy, Freeman took another disastrous hit at the 32-yard line, and he has still not gotten off the ground yet.
That was Gilson that time. He was leveled by Gilson. Boy, you got to let that young man sit down and rest.
It was a situation where Freeman could not see an open receiver, so he backtracked back to the middle of the field while giving up yardage. He was all the way back at his own 30 when he was absolutely destroyed when he got the ball away.
Look at him sitting over the bench with his hands in his head in his hands, and he is in a lot of pain on the sideline. Looking at him through the binoculars, his eyes look a little crazy.
Brownwood's punt is away. It's taken by Kendall at the 15, breaks one tackle to the 20, gets to the 25, cuts up on the outside, 35, gets to the 35-yard line, and a nifty return for Kendall Briles. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jackets at their own 35-yard line. 20 yards on the return of the kick. Boy, and you are not kidding. Look at Colby Freeman standing at about the 34-yard line of Stephenville, sitting right next to the water cooler completely by himself. That is a man in some misery right now.
Did you see the lick that Gunn put on Josh Franks at the end of the play? And Franks wanted a flag, and that might have been pretty close to being a late hit. Well, he got leveled. I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's the other quarterback.
If Franks goes out, Brownwood is in a world of hurt right now. Kellen Luker's up at the line. Twins to one side, one receiver far side. One back is Cardwell behind Luker. Inside trap on the fake, and then pitch you got to Cardwell. There's a child on the field, 35-40, going out of bounds at the 47-yard line is Cardwell. There's got to be a kid no older than 3 or 4 years old that got all the way out to the 20, and now he goes to the back of the end zone. Score!
Where did that come from? All right, Dad, you got to pay attention.
Boy, there's a mad mama right now going, I told you to watch him.
Oh, my God.
Wait till we get home.
Oh, I hope they got that on video. Probably not.
Oh, that's great. It's 1st and 10 for the Jackets at the Stephenville 48. Boy, there's been some wild things that have happened in this game that have nothing to do with football. Luker, play action, rolling, setting up in some big trouble, but gets a block. He crosses midfield, goes down at about the 44-yard line. Some nifty running from Luker, who was in some desperation moves, picks up good positive yardage to the 44.
Adrian Gomez, number 40, put a little hit on him after he got to the ground. Some of the Stephenville offensive linemen ran up there pretty quick to take care of that situation. And boy, Kellen, don't run right now.
If you'll watch the replay on that last play, one of the offensive linemen comes back at the last moment and gets a great pickup block to free Luker. Now back, 2nd and 1. Could be a big play for the Yellow Jackets, a burn play. Play action, giving the ball straight ahead. No, they'll try to go right up the middle and lose a yard. Boy, not very Art Bryles there, who usually on 2nd and 1 tries to go deep. Jackets will lose half a yard, and it's 3rd and a very long 1.5, needed almost 2 yards.
Yeah, it's almost 3 now where they mark the ball. Almost back to the 45, and they got to get to just almost the 42.
6:45 and counting in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14. 3rd and 2 for the Jackets. Luker under center, 1 back behind him. Throwing out in the flats, has a receiver, it's caught. A.B. Combs makes the catch at the 32-yard line on the quick hitter to the wide receiver. The play picks up about 12. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jackets at the 31-yard line. Nice read from Luker to Combs.
Well, they've made a living on that play this year, hadn't they, Boots? And it was open again. And in fact, I think he had a couple of receivers he could have picked, but he took AB on the hot pass there. And again, like you said, a good 12-yard gain. This is a good drive right here and an important drive, especially with Kobe Freeman in the condition he's in right now.
1st and 10 for the Jackets at the Brownwood 31-yard line. No backs to the backfield as Combs goes in motion. Luker in some trouble. He'll be forced and be sacked back at the 34-yard line. Interesting on that play, John, is that the Lions only sent 4 men on the rush, and they were able to get to Luker on the play.
Yeah, I think that was a play that was supposed to be a pretty quick release, and it wasn't there, so Kellen just tucked it up and tried to get what he could.
2nd and 12 for the Jackets. Ball at the 34-yard line of Brownwood. 5:45 and counting in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14. Trips to the far side, twins to the near side. Luker is in shotgun formation. Awaiting a snap, he comes to the near sideline, and I believe that was delay of game against the Yellow Jackets. There was a long wait between what seemed like Luker's last call to a center and before the ball was actually snapped, and that's what cost the Jackets the 5-yard delay of game penalty.
Quite a conference going on over on the Brownwood sideline, Boots, with that offense. And I think...
I wouldn't be surprised if Freeman's right in the middle of that.
Yeah, they're drawing some stuff up on the chalkboard over there that they're going to try.
2nd down and 17 for the Jackets. Coming in motion is Evett. Luker looking to roll to the far side. Looking to throw. He's in some trouble. Now he'll throw this one deep. It's up for grabs. And Cardwell will be called probably for offensive pass interference. And it's a good job that he did, because one of the Brownwood defensive backs would have intercepted that ball that Luker was just trying to throw away.
Yeah, that's a great heads-up play there by Cody.
Well, and even if the Jackets get backed up on a big penalty for that, so what?
Yeah, you get another play and get another down.
Now, offensive pass interference, that's not loss of down, is it?
It used to be, but I don't think it is anymore. I think they did away with that.
All right, it is a 10-yard penalty, I've been told, so that will back the ball
back up to near midfield.
Near midfield.
Used to be 15 yards and a loss of down.
So they'll mark the ball back to and it still is 15 yards. This ball will come all the way back into Stephenville territory at the 46-yard line. So 2nd down and a country mile for the Jackets.
Now they're going to get to the about the 21.5 for a first down.
I'll let the guys.
You want to do the math? They're at the 54.
I'll let the guys on the scoreboard figure out what it's going to take to get on the first down. It is loss of down on the play. I thought it was.
It used to be.
Now they've changed it again. I think there's a conference to decide. Is it 2nd or is it 3rd?
I think they did away with the loss of down.
Well, the guy on the sideline originally put it 3rd. Now they've moved it back to 2nd. Yeah. So it will be not loss of down. Trips to the far side, one receiver near side. Jackets have 2nd down and 30. Luker under center sends Hunter in motion to the far side. Keller in some trouble. He'll try to escape. Now he drops the football, but he gets back on top of it at the 42-yard line. The Jackets seem to be trying to go back to letting some long developing plays happen. As coming up quickly for the Lions, their talented defensive end, Jason Barron, made the big hit. Instead of the Jackets going to the quick hitter like they had some success earlier, now the Jackets seem to appear trying to do the more long developing plays, and the Brownwood Lion rush has had a chance to get in on Luker. 21-14, Stephenville on top of Brownwood. 3rd down and 33. Luker in shotgun. Snap back to him. Setting up, trying to set up the screen inside to Carlo. Carlo will be tackled immediately. Brownwood read it perfectly and making the tackle inside.
Jason Barrett again.
That and Chad Evans, 78, was the big person that wrapped up Cardwell on the inside screen. So now it's 4th and 33. There was actually no gain on the play.
Well, that was a chance for Stephenville to go up 2 touchdowns. They were moving right down the field. Then some penalties would just kill them.
We'll go under 4 minutes after this play. Evatt will get set to punt. Snap back to him, a good one. Kick is away. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. End over end kick that hits at the 40 and will go down to about the 36-yard line and go out of bounds. 23 yards on the kick from Evatt.
Not the time you wanted that kick.
Boy, that was the one you needed a boomer to pin Brownwood back. 3:48 to go here in the second quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14.
Well, let's see how Kobe looks now. He may have had some good time to rest there. With just 3:48 to go in the half.
1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 36-yard line. Freeman back in the game under center. 2 backs behind him. Running the option to the near side is Freeman. Freeman is in some trouble. He'll cut up at the line of scrimmage and then be hammered at the 35-yard line. No gain on the play and just big team tackling for the Jackets. Stepping up was Boone making the stop. Also Gilson, your 2 defensive ends really in there close.
Yeah, Boone was the one that got the backside hit when he turned back into the traffic.
Interesting decision for Freeman that time. He looked after he made the corner of the line. If he pitches, Lawrence may have some running room, but he elected to try to get to the corner himself, and the pursuit got to him. 2nd down and 10. Freeman in the bone. Gives it to the first man through. That is the fullback. He'll be stacked up at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play. Making a stop for Stephenville was Clayton Harmon. The fullback taking the carry, Mark Butler, goes forward for 4 yards. So it sets up 3rd down and 6 for the Lions with 2:53 and counting. And if the Lions do not get the first down here, expect the Yellow Jackets to burn a timeout.
Yeah, I think you're right, because they've got plenty of time to score. They got to stop them here. This is a big 3rd down for the Jacket defense.
2 receivers far side, 1 receiver to the near side. I formation, 2 backs behind Freeman. Colby under center, play action, setting up, rolling out the pocket, throwing out in the flats, has a receiver caught at the 45, 40, down to the 35, and knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Open on the play, 85, I believe that was the receiver making the catch for the Lions, as Clint Dempsey on a deep in pattern was wide open on the far sideline.
Well, and Browse went for the interception. He should have played the player instead of the ball boots because he was late getting there. And, the play just got away from him. A good thing he had some backside help or Dempsey would have scored easily.
1st and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 33-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. I formation behind Freeman again. Giving the ball to the first man through, it's Ratliff. Ratliff is tackled after about a 2 to 3 yard gain, maybe even 4. And now we have some late hits going on in the backfield, defensive backfield between Ryan Harris and who is that for the Lions?
Is it 12? I think it's 12.
It's Chris Meeks, and it looked like a little WWF going on after the play was over.
Well, I think they think Ryan might be the guy responsible for knocking Kobe out earlier.
Actually, 4 on the carry for Ratliff, so it's 2nd down and 6, 1:52 and counting in the second quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14. Kobe running the option, gives it to the fullback, coming through, untouched, to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown. Well, Stephenville did not pick up the fullback on the play, Jason Barron. Oh, by the way, who is also a pretty good defensive end. He takes the ball over for the distance, and Brownwood is 1 point away from tying this game up.
Well, that's a play they've had scored twice. I mean, not scored, but had good gains. 30 yards that time, 51 and on the opening drive. That fullback first just burst right up the middle.
Jeremy Finley getting set to kick the extra point. He missed his first try. Snap back, hold down kick is on the way. This one's blocked. It's picked up by Stephenville. Now it's kicked and running to the near side and finally being tackled at about the 12-yard line. No, Stephenville still running with the ball. It's loose on the ground at the 22. And finally the play is ruled dead. And Stephenville will keep a hold of the lead after the blocked extra point. 21-20, 1:42 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. We're back in 1 minute.
Health Focus Foods in the Bosque River Center has proudly served the cross-timber areas for over 9 years. Mike and his trained staff are here to show each individual how to manage their health care needs. We stock only products of the highest quality backed with scientific research. They have no fillers, binders, yeast, radiation, or other allergens found in most store brands. Come by Health Focus Foods. Let us show you the natural way to good health. Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 6, Sunday, 1 to 5. Impact Sign and Banner has been serving the Stephenville area for over 12 years with superior quality sign work of every kind. We now can offer one-day service on most banners and magnetic signs. We proudly support the Stephenville Yellow Jackets for their excellence in athletic achievement. Impact Sign and Banner is conveniently located on West Washington, just across from Taco Bell. At Impact Sign and Banner, we say, let us put some impact in your advertising. The Stephenville Athletic Booster Club wants to say thank you to Northland Cable for backing the Jackets and generously providing the time for this broadcast. Your friends at Brooks Real Estate want to kick off a winning season by teaming up with the real estate professionals at Brooks Real Estate, the strategy that sells. Call Brooks at 965-5051.
Back Memorial Stadium. John, that last scoring drive?
It was a pretty good one, Boots. Let's see. 5 plays, 64 yards, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Jason Bear and 30-yard run.
And oh, by the way, Kobe Freeman is still on the sideline sitting down, even after that Dre with his head in a towel right now. Finley's kick is away. High end-over-end kick that will be taken by Cardwell at the 5-yard line. He gives the ball to Evett. No, fakes the ball to Evett. Keeps it out on the 15. Tries to find a seam. He does. 20, 25 across the 30. And all one man tackles him at the 40. Or Cardwell would have gone the distance. He almost split the coverage man on that one.
Man, how fast is that guy? I thought he was going to do it. I really did. I thought he was going to break through that angle, but they had just a little bit too good of an angle. But Cody ends up, as you said, faking it and going about 40 yards on the return.
1:34 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 20. Brownwood has missed 2 extra points in the game tonight. Twins to the far side, 1 receiver near side, 2 backs standing next to Luker in shotgun formation. Snap back to Luker, handing off on the trap, gives the ball up the middle and going to about the 45-yard line on the play. Is it Cardwell? It was. Cody Cardwell took the handoff, goes forward for 5 yards. It'll set up 2nd and 5 at the Steamer 45. 1:21 and counting. Stephenville will need to hustle.
Well, that's a good gain on first down. That kind of keeps the defense honest there that you're going to run a running play.
Twin trips to the far side, 1 receiver near side. Luker in shotgun, running the option, inside trap to Hunter. Hunter gets to about the 48-yard line. He's tackled after a gain of 3, and the Jackets with 1:34 to go ran 2 running plays. They'll have to call a timeout as Barron made the tackle at middle linebacker. Jared Morris made the tackle. There's 58 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Let's keep it right here. Jackets will have 3rd and 1 after the timeout. And John, I think we had some scores come in.
Yes, we did. From District 6-4A, it's now Crowley 14, Burleson 10. That's in the second quarter. At the half, Cleburne 14, Everman nothing. In District 7-3A, Breckenridge 13, Glenrose 14.
Say that again?
Yeah. Breckenridge 13, Glenrose 14. That's in the second quarter.
Breckenridge, let me see. Breckenridge ranked 1st in the state coming in.
Yes.
Looking at the pigskin prep poll. Where is my pigskin prep poll?
Also, while you look for that, Comanche 14, Eastland nothing. That is in the first quarter. In District 15-2A, Rio Vista 35, Millsap 6. That's in the second quarter.
Glenrose was a 35-point underdog coming into tonight. They're leading at the half over Breckenridge.
It's a long way to the end of the game, but they might cover that one.
3rd down and 2 for the Jackets. Jackets in an unusual formation have 3 people in the backfield. Inside handoff goes across midfield and a big hit The ball goes across the midfield stripe. That should be enough for the first down. The clock will stop momentarily as they set the ball. It is a first down just across the midfield stripe, and the Jackets will have trips to this side, twins to the far side. 52 seconds, and as soon as they get the ball in play, the clock will roll. It does. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 20, Luker in shotgun formation. Snap back to him, big rush coming on. Luker looking to throw the deep ball pattern, has Combs. Combs can't quite catch it. He was open at the 15, and it was just over his outstretched hands.
At the 25-yard line, AB cut a little toward the middle of the field, and that cost him on the pattern. If he'd have kept running straight, Luker had made the great throw.
I was watching Luker the whole way, and just as he let it go, I could see Combs in my peripheral vision, and I could notice there was some deviation, whether it was he slowed down or whether he made a cut, and the cut on the play cost him a half step, which was just enough. Now Kendall Briles is in the game at a wingback position as Luker goes in shotgun formation. Hunter comes in motion to the near side, snap back. Briles is looking for some help. He takes the inside pitch. It's fumbled, but he picks it up, and now that'll be considered an incomplete pass.
Shuttle pass.
It was the inside shuttle pass to Briles. So it'll bring up now third down and 10 with 34 seconds remaining. Ball still seated at the 50-yard line.
And they went back to rushing 6 that time, Boots. Let's see if they stay with that on this play. They're double covering Cody and rushing 6, so what does that tell you?
Well, there's only 5 guys blocking. Somebody's got to be open. Luker is in shotgun, 2 backs standing next to him. Twins to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Snap back to Luker. Inside handoff to Carwell. No pitch to the near side. Hunter trying to get the corner to the 45. He gets to the 45-yard line of Brownwood. The clock will continue to roll. It'll set up 4th down and about 6 with 22 seconds and counting. Stephenville will take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We're back in 30 seconds on KSTV.
Some people call us their money farmers. We help them plant their money and watch over the crop, warning them of potential threats, dangers, and disasters. We measure the growth and advise them of better times to harvest. At Investment Centers of America, we measure our success by your success. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, located at the Town and Country Bank Building in Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory. Who was voted the best tractor dealership in Erath County? Who carries products for the farmer, outdoorsman, and the family who wants the ultimate lawn? If you guessed Hendershot Equipment, you scored a touchdown. Dr. Albert A. Lilly, Doctor of Dentistry. The dental office of Dr. Albert A. Lilly wishes to salute Stephenville football and its tradition of excellence.
Down and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball is spotted at the 45-yard line of Brownwood. 20 seconds remaining here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 20. Stephenville coming out of the timeout. John, you go for it all, or do you go for the quick hitter for the first down?
They'll probably go for all of it here, Boots.
All right. Trips to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side. One of the receivers in a slot on the far side is Toby O'Neill. Luker is in shotgun. He now sends Carwell in motion to the 3 receivers. Running to the far side is Luker. Luker throwing out in the flats. Has Carwell. He goes out of bounds first down, but a flag was on the play. There was a flag at the line of scrimmage. There may have been 2 men in motion on the play. It was thrown early.
Cody turned upfield a little early, too. I don't know, but the back
holding?
The referee, the referee's one that threw it. So that wouldn't be a motion.
Well, there was also a flag on the 45-yard line.
Holding.
We'll wait and see. I saw the illegal shift. I thought 2 men were in motion. It is 2 men in motion at Stephenville. That was the only call on the play. Go back down to the sideline. So that will back the Yellow Jackets up again.
Well, do you go for it now or do you kick?
Well, with 16 seconds left. Well, you don't look at Brownwood being a 50-yard potential at any time play team, even though they've done it in a couple running plays. Which I think you've got to have enough faith in your defense that if you do something big here and don't get plays, you've got to trust your defense to keep Brownwood off the scoreboard in the final seconds. Luker is under center. He'll send 4 men in a wingback look on the near side. Luker is in shotgun. He's rolling to the near side, setting up, looking to throw. Still looking to throw. Throws out, catches Combs. Combs tackled at the 35-yard line. Stephenville will call timeout immediately at the 35. If you kick this one, it's a 52-yarder, and I watched in pregame, J.W. Boren kicked one from 47 that had plenty on it.
Now, we did this once before up in Weatherford where we tried to sneak one more play in. Of course, we got a different clock operator. We got Coach Nemo running the clock here.
What is the timeout situations right now?
That should be it. By the way, did you see that shot that Luker took? He threw the ball and then ducked. You just see as he threw it.
It was kind of a little sidearm, get rid of the ball, and it was a nice job by him to do that.
Just standing there knowing he's going to take a big lick. Chad Evans, the defensive lineman that came in and made that hit on Luker back at the 50-yard line.
Well, here's strategy time, John. Do you air one out for the goal line, or do you try to set up the field goal?
I think I'd go for a field goal here. Put you up by 4. I mean, you run a pretty deep play in 9 seconds.
Well, and you have to remember, too, that Stephenville will return to start the second half.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Stephenville coaching staff still talking with the offense.
I'll tell you what, we got our hands full to give away a VCR tonight.
Woo! Third quarter contest coming up after halftime. Also a special guest at halftime, too. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. Luker is under center. One back behind him. 4 receivers to the near side. Luker, play action, setting up, in some trouble, throwing the deep ball on the far sideline for Cardwell. He goes up, he makes the catch, but he's out of bounds.
Oh,
he was out of bounds at the 4-yard line. That's twice tonight the Steamroll has made huge, 3 times tonight Steamroll has made huge receptions, but just barely out of bounds.
We've got a Brownwood player hurt at the 35-yard line. Is that Adrian Gomez?
That is a player that the coaching staff, Steve Freeman from Brownwood, told us would not play tonight, and he's out playing big time right now as he trots off the field.
He got hit where a lot of people don't like to get hit.
Especially a male. We'll leave it at that. Trips to the far side, 2 to the near side. Luker is in shotgun. Watch Cardwell. He's at a wingback. Setting up. Luker looking to throw. Throwing the deep ball on the far sideline. Looking up for Steed. Steed tries to make the catch. It's up for grabs. Caught. Is it touchdown? No. Oh, that's the call. Evan thought he made the catch.
He did. He was out of bounds.
Oh, that was a deep ball that got tipped in the end zone. Evan thought he had it for the touchdown. The official ruled he was out of the side of the end zone. So it is no good. That's the end of the clock here in the second quarter. Stephenville will go in at half, leading 21-20. Halftime's up next. We're back in 2 minutes.
Once again, it's time for us to show our support for Yellow Jacket football. That means a lot of traveling. The all-new 99 Chevy Silverado pickup will get you there safely, in comfort, and in style. I invite you to stop by and see our staff about this all-new Chevy truck. And when you do, you'll meet a staff that genuinely cares about you and your family. We consider ourselves family and encourage you to do the same. From all of our staff to you, travel safely and go Jackets!
Town and Country Bank, and I'd like to introduce you to the head football coach of the Tarleton Texans, Craig Wiedewist.
And I'd like to personally invite you to an exciting season of college football here at Tarleton State University. Come watch some of your former Jackets, Landon Cribbs, Jeff Smith, Brad Couch, and Stephen Thay, as we tackle the Lone Star Conference.
Shantana Puma. Color Guard captains are Rebecca Cooley and Melanie Porter. Tonight, the band will be performing their UIL contest show featuring the music of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The program includes Lucretia McEvil, God Bless the Child, Spinning Wheel, and more. And will feature soloists Nathan King on trombone, Chase Kincannon on trumpet, Leanne Weems on French horn, and Dana Seals on bass.
Show your true colors at the games by wearing official SABC merchandise. Everything from keychains to toboggans, T-shirts, caps, and more. Come to the Booster Club store, open every Friday in the foyer of the high school, and see all of the items that we have to let everyone know you support the Jackets and the Honeybees. And look for the big blue SAB trailer at the games. Everyone looks better in blue and gold. Dr. Albert A. Lilly, Doctor of Dentistry. The dental office of Dr. Albert A. Lilly wishes to salute Stephenville football and its tradition of excellence. Easter Air has become the name synonymous with excellence in Erath County. We recommend a checkup on your central heat and air unit every 6 months to keep it running at its best. Offering no interest financing on Lennox Systems. Easter Air at 968-6494 or stop by at 1011 North Graham, Stephenville.
Stephenville will be returning, as John said, to start here in the third quarter. Stephenville up 21-20. And a drive off the original starting point of the third quarter would be such a huge standpoint. We'll go to C. Ross right after this play. Finley is getting set to kick off for the Lions. He approaches, and we are away in the third quarter. The kick will come to Zach Hunter at the 15. He fumbles the ball out of bounds to the 18-yard line, and that's where the Jackets will start 1st and 10. It was a situation where Hunter was having to really come up quickly and try to make the play.
Looks like Charlie McGarvey is our contestant, Boots.
We appreciate Mr. Ross being speedy man on the spot to take care of getting that. Charlie McGarvey of Stephenville is our third quarter contestant tonight in the Rent City Superstore contest. But Stephenville starts on offense first. And the Yellow Jackets leading by 1, 21-20. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Luker is under center, one back behind him for Rosses. Rosses will take the ball. No, Luker on a keeper will be sacked back at the 15-yard line. Jackets trying to run the option, fake the dive to Rosses. Luker trying to get to the outside is tackled for about a 3-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
Jared Morris, the middle linebacker, came in and made that tackle. Hey, Boots, we want to thank the good folks over at Golden Corral who always prepare us a nice pregame meal.
Once again, it was wonderful.
As always.
Go and see the folks out at Golden Corral on the South Loop. Luker quickly throwing to Evett. Evett is in some trouble. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe we'll go forward for 1 yard. And it'll be 3rd down and now 12 for the Jackets.
Well, that was a play that didn't get blocked very well by the receivers out on the near side.
It was a situation where there were 3 defensive backs coming up on 2 blockers on the near side.
Not what you want to do on the opening kickoff of the third quarter, go 3 and out. Stephenville needs to get a 1st down here and keep this thing going.
Actual spot is a little better than I thought. It's 3rd and 10 for the Jackets. Jackets will send 4 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. There is a mismatch as only 3 defensive backs are out there. Luker, straight drop, looking to throw across the middle, has Steed, the ball's behind him. It would have been enough for a first down, and Luker pumps his fist at himself because he was disappointed. He knew he threw that ball behind Steed. It would have been enough for a first, but the incomplete will set up fourth down for Stephenville, and they will have to punt.
Yeah, he had him open. They had, again, that mismatch with Burns on Steed. That's just a great match for Stephenville, and they're going to keep going to that, I'm sure.
Evatt gets set to punt, snap back to him. Kick is away. Much better kick. High spiraling kick that will come down to 45. Take a Stephenville roll inside the 40, down to the 35, inside down to approximately the 33-yard line. 49 yards on the boot from Evatt, setting up Brownwood first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
That is an impressive kick there. Like you said, that's exactly what Stephenville Yellow Jackets needed and exactly what Chris Evatt delivered. They only used a minute and 15 seconds off the clock, too, Boots.
Brownwood will be starting here in the third quarter, their first play. First and 10 for the Lions at their own 33-yard line. 10:28 to go here in the Rent City Superstore. Third quarter, Stephenville 21, Brownwood 20. Freeman under center, wishbone look, three behind him. One receiver to the far side, running the wishbone to the near side. Freeman with the keeper. Out to the 35, he is drilled at the 36, escapes. 40, 45, will be hit at about the 43-yard line, and that's where he's knocked out of bounds in Stephenville territory. And once again, the Brownwood Lion running attack is having all types of success. And John Hewitt, Steve and I talked about it at halftime. It's not that the Jackets so much are getting beat, it's that they're getting fooled on what the responsibilities are in certain different situations with the option.
Well, a couple of the defenders just tried to knock him off his feet instead of tackling him, and you're not going to do that with Kobe Freeman. He's a big, strong kid, and they could have had him back at the Brownwood 40-yard line if they'd have just wrapped up and tackled instead of just trying to knock him over.
First and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 43-yard line. Colvin on the keeper is drilled in the backfield. A 2-yard loss is in there quickly for Stephenville. Was B.J. Mercer on a strong safety blitz. Maybe that's one way, is step up your strong safety each time on the option.
Man, I'll tell you what, that was, as you said, he was drilled. That was a big-time hit by B.J.'s. As Freeman faked that belly play to the fullback and then just took a lick immediately.
They'll give him to the line of scrimmage on forward progress, so it's second down and 10 for the Lions. I formation, Freeman under center, running the option to the far side, looking to cut up. Freeman does pitch out, finds Deacon Burns. Burns tries to make a move, and he's run out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, what a great play by Kobe. He had two guys on him. And then, that's the scary thing about that offense. It's one of those things, don't throw it. Okay, that was good. I mean, there's so many bad things that can happen when you pitch the ball with guys hanging all over you, but he did it well.
And he got the ball to Burns, who moved the ball forward about 2.5 yards, so it's setting up third down and a short 7 for the Lions. Ball is just outside the 40-yard line of Stephenville. Freeman is under center, split receivers, I formation, tight end look. Play action. Freeman setting up. He's into trouble. Throws out the flats. It's underthrown. And a nice job by Boone to come in and put some pressure on Freeman that caused him to throw the ball a little quickly and underthrow his intended receiver, Pierce, on the play. It sets up fourth down and 8. And it looks like the Lions will punt and try to pin the Jackets back deep.
They went to that 50 defense those last two plays, Boots, put Jack Hodges down there at the nose, and that clogged up the middle a little better.
Lions set up an attempt of what it looks like will be a punt. We'll wait and see. Awaiting the snap is Meeks. It comes to him. The kick is away. It's almost blocked, and now a penalty flag will come down as the ball will roll out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Gilson on the play was blocked into the punter, but the flag came down. It is roughing the kicker, and that's a horrible call. Gilson was blocked on the play right into the kicker, and that is interesting. Now, is it the 5-yard or is it the 15-yard?
He said it was only the 5-yard.
The ball went out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Here's an interesting choice for Brownwood. Now, do they cause fourth down and 3 coming up, or do they pin Stephenville and decline the penalty at the 3-yard line?
Well, they need a captain so they can decide. Everybody left the field.
Nobody from Brownwood is out on the field.
Except for the coaches and
some training staff and water boy and things of that nature. 21-20, Stephenville on top of Brownwood with 9:24 remaining.
That's just a 5-yard penalty. That's a big call.
They may decline this one.
Yeah, you get the ball down at the 3-yard line. I'd decline it.
Let's wait and see what the call is. It is roughing the kicker, 5-yard variety. It is decline, and so the referee escapes any bodily injury after the game because of that declining. And so Stephenville will start first and 10 at their own 3.
Our officials from San Angelo tonight.
Boy, and that's an interesting call for him to make from the standpoint is that he was standing right next to Gilson when Gilson got blocked into the punter.
And Gilson immediately, Cal jumped up and said, I was pushed. But, once they throw the flag,
doesn't matter.
Well, here's that matchup again with Steed and Burns down here on the near side, Boots. Let's see if they can go back to that.
And the Lions have 6 people up in the box on the line of scrimmage. Now they have 7. Pitch to the outside is Hunter. Hunter trying to get to the corner. He does. 5 to the 10, then runs over a back 50, another at the 20. Who did he run over on the sideline? 45 on the play. That's Jared Morris that Hunter ran over.
Wow. That's impressive. That may be the most impressive run he's had this year. And not a bad time to get it, huh?
17 yards on the carry out to the 20-yard line. First and 10 as the Zach Rabbit became the Power Rabbit.
It's great blocking on the left side of the offensive line, too, Boots, to get that around the corner.
First and 10 for the Jackets at their own 20-yard line. Luker is under center. He sends in motion to the near side, Cardwell. Play action. Throwing out the flats for Cardwell. Cardwell gets forward for about 2 yards. A flag comes down at his face mask against Brownwood, and that will set the ball forward at least 5 yards.
Deacon Burns came in late.
Well, it looks like the Lions are taking risk now, as it is the 5-yard penalty against the Lions, to come up quickly on the wide receiver screens, which makes me think Art's very close to doing a little pump fake and a release, and that'll probably burn the defensive backs. We'll wait and see.
Well, of course, you got to have time, and the offensive line has got to give him time because that's a play that takes a few seconds. And but you're right, that's not far from coming.
The ball will be marked at the 26.5-yard line. It remains first down, so about 1.5 yards on the reception, and then another 5 yards. Luker is under center. Split receivers both sides. Cardwell in motion again. Same type play. Play action. Pump fake. Now he's throwing the ball deep on the far sideline. J.W. Borden. It's intercepted at the 50. Trying to cross to the other side of the field is Binks. At the 45-yard line. Across coming to the near side. 40. Late block. Flags down. 30-yard line. That time Luker just threw that one up for grabs because he had a rush like John was talking about after the pump fake. And that was one he probably should have just eaten, John.
Yeah, that's going to come back, though, back around midfield. That was not a smart block by one of the Brownwood players, because he really had his block made no difference in the return. It's going to cost him another 10 yards. But it could be a clip. I don't know. It may be 15. Let's see. No, pushing it back.
So this one will be marked. This one will be marked from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, Meeks just playing center field back there and made a good read on it.
Well, not only that, we thought the pump fake they might bite on. That time, Cardwell was wide open when they pump faked to him, and there were several defensive backs waiting on the pump fake pass. 8:54 to go in the Red City Superstore third quarter. Our score, Stephenville 21, Brownwood 20. Brownwood back with the football. And like two heavyweights right now, they're just kind of sparring off with each other here to start the third quarter.
That's right. That was a big turnover for Brownwood. Looked like Stephenville might have had a little momentum going after that 17-yard run on first down for Jack Hunter.
And then to get the big penalty to advance the ball even farther. So Brownwood gets the ball after the turnover. First and 10 for the Lions. Only the third interception of the season for Luker. Wishbone look. Freeman under center, the 3 backs behind him. Colby running the option, and he's tackled in the backfield. A loss of about 2 on the play, and the Jackets' Cal Gilson was in quickly, and a flag comes down as I believe one player came and jumped on Freeman late, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Jackets for the late hit.
Yeah, that's very costly. Very costly.
And it was a play in which Freeman was down, and the player went ahead and jumped up on top of him. I know Stephenville fans are not happy with this, but from the angle we had, we could definitely see Freeman laying on the ground and then an additional player late coming up and jumping on him.
Well, and they're going to call that, especially after he gets what happened to him in the first half.
Well, that's a huge break for the Lions. Instead of 2nd down and 12 from their own 48, they will have 1st and 10 from the Jacket 37-yard line after the penalty.
Well, B.J. Mercer's just screaming out there on the field. He's very upset. I mean, he's not screaming at the officials. I think he's just screaming.
For the fun of screaming.
Yeah.
Wishbone again look for the Lions. 3 backs behind Freeman. Pitch to the back man is Burns. Burns finds a seam. 30 to the 25. Cuts back. He gets down to the 21-yard line. And that's a situation where that time, John, the Brownwood Lions just lined up and said the pitch were coming this way, and they ran over us.
Good tackle by McCormick, who just grabbed his jersey of Burns and hung on for dear life. You know, we talked about this at the top of the broadcast. Deacon Burns probably one of the underrated backs in this offense, and he has been Mr. Everything for them tonight as far as what the halfbacks are concerned. Shea Ratliff hadn't really done anything tonight. We hadn't hardly called his number at all.
Fullbacks have had a little bit of success, but you're right. In the halfbacks, it has been Burns. Pitch back to Ratliff. Ratliff finds some more running room across the 15. Flags down. 10. Gets to the 5. Gets to the goal line. Touchdown, but this one is coming back.
I might be quiet after. Did I just get through saying Ratliff hadn't done anything tonight?
And he heard you.
Yeah, it's coming back, though, for a hole, I'm sure. That's a costly penalty.
That's back-to-back sweeps that have gone for big-time yardage against the Jackets, who are just getting outmanned at the point of attack. Spot of the foul is at about the 19-yard line, so you can give Ratliff 2 yards on the carry and then back him up 10 yards after the hold.
Man, that was a big, big penalty. Well, now they've had one that should have been a touchdown.
And so Mr. Charles McCarvey can breathe easily.
For a little while.
8:14 to go here in the Rent City Superstore. Third quarter, Stephenville 21, Brownwood 20.
Been a lot in this 4 minutes, hasn't it?
Stephenville has not given up any points this year in the third quarter. 1st and 20. Pitch to Ratliff. Ratliff looking for some running room. He's tackled from behind by Parks.
What a great play by Parks.
Craig Parks trailing the play, chased and caught Ratliff for about a 3-yard gain is it.
He just dove it from the 30-yard line, and he's either going to catch him or miss him that time he caught him. That was a great read by Craig. And that's one of those deals where they just went right back to the play. Hey, it was successful. Let's try it again.
And it's scary about that play is that if Parks doesn't make a great play from backside pursuit, Ratliff has more yardage again on the same play that's been run 3 times in a row. Now Freeman under center, 3 backs behind him. Giving to the first man through to fullback Morris. Morris finds some running room and powers his way down to about the 17-yard line as he ran over a few of the Jacket defensive backs. A pickup of about 10 on the play. And so now it'll be 3rd down and about 5 needed for Brownwood as the ball is spotted at the 16-yard line. And have you noticed who's playing fullback now, John?
Yeah.
Jason Barron, the defensive end, 6'2", 227-pound senior.
I wouldn't be surprised they went right back to that same play. Because they're definitely in 4-down territory now, Boots. It's obvious they're not going to kick.
Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Freeman under center, the 3 backs behind him in the bone. Pitch back to Ratliff. Ratliff in trouble, and he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and he's dropped right there. There was quick penetration that knocked Ratliff off his feet. He was able to stumble back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll set up now 4th down and 5 for the Lions, and Ratliff's very fortunate that he wasn't stopped about 4 yards deep in the backfield.
Yeah, he was submarine at back to 20, got away from that, and he did not get away from Jack Hodges. He just leveled him at the 16-yard line, 15-yard line.
4th down and 5, huge play here. 21-20, Stephenville on top of Brownwood. 4th and 5 for Brownwood at the Stephenville 16. Straight play action, looking to throw, open receiver, it's caught. What a great catch made at the 10-yard line and then wrapped up at the 9. And you've got to credit Shea Ratliff on the play, who made a great over-the-head one-handed catch to make that, and it gives Brownwood the 1st down. Why Stephenville, John, is fortunate on that play is that Pierce, the tight end, was wide open in the end zone.
Man, that was all Shea Ratliff there. You're exactly right. He reached out behind it. It was not a good pass. Caught that thing with one hand. Now it's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. That may be a play they'll remember for a while.
6:08 remaining here in the third quarter. Brownwood comes to the line, 1st and goal to go from the Stephenville 9-yard line. In the bone again are the Lions, 3 backs behind Freeman. Inside trap goes to Deacon Burns. He gets to the goal line. Touchdown. Stephenville was filled up the middle on the trap, and Brownwood retakes the lead now, 26-21 at the 6:04 mark.
Well, they got to go for two again.
And Charles McGarvey, I apologize, we don't have a winner. This is the first time this year that Stephenville has been scored on in the third quarter. Well, here's another big play. The defense has got to not feel sorry for themselves right now and do whatever they can to stop this two-point conversion. Two receivers far side, one to the near side, one back behind Freeman. Freeman running the option near side. He's stacked up and stopped at the 3-yard line, and the two-point conversion is no good. Cal Gilson making the stop initially for the Yellow Jackets, so with 6:04 to go in the Red City Superstore third quarter, our score, Brownwood 26, Stephenville 21, back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Apartment living seems hassle-free until your bathtub overflows or your bedroom goes up in smoke. Ask your State Farm agent how Renter's Insurance can help cover the damage. Renter's Insurance covers your TV, your laptop, your speakers, your sneakers, your wall hangings, your fine porcelain, and lots of other stuff that could get ruined or even ripped off. If you need Renter's Insurance, State Farm is there.
Texas Trucks in Stephenville is the home of real trucks, not little bitty trucks, but stout pulling rigs. If you're in the market for a 1-ton dually, a 3/4-ton late model, low mileage, clean truck, then Texas Trucks is the place for you. Don't waste hours driving up and down the interstate looking for a great deal when Texas Trucks has already done it for you. They constantly scour the Southwest looking for that perfect late model, low mileage pickup. Now all you have to do is stop by Texas Trucks and pick out the one that's right for you. Texas Trucks, South Loop, Stephenville.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. John Hubbins for Boots LA. Glad to have you along on KSTV tonight for the broadcast. 6:04 remaining in the Red City Superstore third quarter. Brownwood 26, Stephenville 21 after this kick. We will have that scoring drive recap. Finley's kick is away. Wobbly kick that will be taken by Hunter at the 15 to the 20. He keeps running up to the 30. Tries to bounce that side. Gets to the 31-yard line. And that's where the Jackets will begin 1st and 10 at the 31. John, that last scoring drive.
All right, Boots, it went 7 plays, 50 yards, took 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Burns completed it from 9 yards out. Scoring summary brought to you by Texas Trucks.
1st and 10 for the Jackets at their own 31-yard line, trailing by the most they've trailed at any point in this game with the exception of the opening drive in which Brownwood took that and led 6-0. It is now 26-21.
You know, that's the... 6 points at the beginning of the game they were behind. That's the most that Stephenville's ever been behind all year long.
Well, with Everman early in the game. Play action. Luker setting up, looking to throw. Now he's in some trouble. He'll throw downfield. Has a receiver, Steed. He throws it over his head. Steed was open about the midfield stripe, but Luker put a little too much mustard on that one, John.
Yeah. Well, you remember Everman.
Did they miss the extra point as well? So 6 ties, the most Stephenville's ever been behind. Now a 5-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets.
5:54 to go in the third quarter, and Stephenville's offense still doesn't look like it's in sync here in this second half. They need to get something big right here, I think.
Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Luker is in shotgun, one back standing next to him. 2nd and 10. Luker falls on the snap because he fumbles it, and now he gets back on it. He's sacked at the 22-yard line, and things are not going good at all for the Jackets right now, as Jackets just don't look like they have that brisk crispness that you've seen so much from this offense.
Yeah, and that bad part about that, it brings up 3rd and long. Boots, when they go man-to-man coverage on Cardwell, it's when they go to the 6-man rush. And if you watch Jared Morris at middle linebacker, I mean, he doesn't hide the fact that he's coming.
3rd down now and AT for the Jackets. 2 receivers to the far side, with one of those being Lilly. Trips to the near side. Luker throwing out the flats. Has Cardwell. Cardwell tries to escape. Makes one move after the 25. Gets to the 30. Is run out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 37-yard line. Nifty running from Cardwell. Picks up about 15 of the needed 18. It sets up 4th and 3. And I'm sure the Jackets will punt.
Yeah, he made a great spin move back at the 23-yard line. I thought he was going to break it enough to get at least the 1st down. As you said, just a little bit short, about 3 yards.
Did you see who was blocking out there in the flats? Lilly split out as a wide receiver. Now Cardwell coming off the field. Jackets get set to punt the ball. Snap back. Kick is away. Good, high, booming, spiraling kick that will chase Ratliff all the way back to his 6-yard line. He muffs the ball, trying to pick it up in his own end zone. That gets out to the 5 and is hammered at about the 14-yard line. Ratliff very fortunate as that 52-yard punt he touched went into the end zone. He had to go back there and pick it up. And if the punt, John, hadn't been so far, the Jacket coverage team may have had a chance to get on him. Brownwood very fortunate. They have 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Man, the last 2 kicks by Chris Everett, just when we needed it. Man, he has made some boomers. 40-something last time, and this one 52 yards.
Brownwood 26, Stephenville 21. Let's go down the sideline to Steve Ross. And Steve, what's the mood on the sideline right now?
Well, but it's the defensive adjustment Mike Copeland made during that last series was he wants to put more pressure up the middle and take away that counter trap play.
Inside pitch coming to Burns. Burns is in some trouble, makes 2 men miss, makes a 3rd miss. He's out to the 33, 34-yard line. And, John, this is a situation now where the Jackets are just not wrapping up.
Yeah, well, he's a really shifty runner, Boots, and sometimes it's like they say, you know, you can't tackle what you can't catch, and they're not wrapping up, but they're doing a lot of arm tackling. A lot of times when you're arm tackling, it's because you're not getting to where you need to be. As you well know, you're just reaching. He is shifty.
4:41 and counting here in the Rent City Superstore 3rd quarter. Brownwood 21, Brownwood 26, Stephenville 21. 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 32-yard line. Inside trap handoff, big running room Ratliff across the 40, out to the outside across midfield, 45-40, 35-30, and Ryan Harris runs him out of bounds at the 27-yard line. And right now, the Brownwood offense, multiple option, is making the Jacket defense look pretty tough right now. 41 yards.
Well, they had just quit using Shea Ratliff, and they've come back to him on the last 2 series, and he's had some big gains. Well, that's just that little inside trap that Steve said they wanted to try to take away. Boy, they busted it up there for 41 that time.
Well, you have to hand it to the coaching staff of the Brownwood Lions. They have done their homework to know what plays would cause confusion on the Stephenville defense coming in tonight.
Burns now 8 carries, 77 yards. Ratliff 8 for 71.
Under center is Freeman. 3 backs behind him. Give to the Burns. Burns is stacked up this time at the line of scrimmage. He'll go forward maybe for 1 yard. It's 2nd down and 9. What kind of total yardage in the game are we looking at right now in running for Brownwood?
Well, they had well over 200 at halftime.
Rushing for Brownwood, 231 at the half, and so far in this quarter, you've got to think that they're close to 300. 348 now rushing for the Brownwood Lions in this contest. Freeman under center, 2nd and 9. Play action. Freeman setting up, throwing deep to Chad Pierce. Pierce catches at the 5. He's in. Touchdown. Defensive backfield got caught sleeping a little bit on that one as the tight end escapes out in the far flats. He's hit on a strike from Freeman, and now the Lions extend their lead 32-21.
Well, do you go for 2 again?
Well, you're up by 11 right now. Up by 13 is probably a lot better than 12.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think the scoring's over tonight by any means.
3:27 remaining 2nd quarter. All right, Freeman is up to the line again. 3 backs behind him, 1 receiver to the far side. Pitch back to Ratliff. Ratliff trying to get across. He does. 2-point conversion is good. 3:27 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Rent City Superstore bringing it to you. Brownwood 34, Stephenville 21. Back in 1 minute on KSTV.
There's a new star in town, Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury. Come see the difference for yourself. New owners, anxious to win your business with the best possible deals. New hours, open weekdays till 7 and now open Saturday till 6. And most of all, new attitude. You'll love dealing with the friendly people at Techstar. If you don't buy from us, it won't be because of the price. Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury, Stephenville. What makes Stephenville Printing Company your best choice? Our employees. We have 164 years of combined experience to rely on. With all of our experience working for you, we get the job done right the first time. For quality experience and dependability, call 965-5012 or come by Stephenville Printing Company at 1193 South Loop in Stephenville. You can't afford to pay for anyone else to practice. Come by today for tomorrow's best results or call Stephenville Printing 965-5012.
getting set to kick off. Back-to-back scores for the Lions now. To start the third quarter. A quarter, the Stephenville defense has not given up a point all year. Now they've given up 14. Finley's kick is a way high end-over-end kick that will be taken by Hunter at the 20. Up to the 25, trying to break outside, gets to the 26, out to the 30, gets up to the 33-yard line. Actually, the 31 is the spot. That's will be Stephenville start first and 10.
Well, they've decided to kick away from that starburst, which is probably a pretty good idea. It's given up, but Zach Hunter's done a great job on returning, getting some good field position. Stephenville offense has got to score here. Give that defense a chance to rest a little bit.
Brownwood has scored the last 3 touchdowns in this ball game. Boy, that is interesting. 31-yard line, first and 10. Luker in shotgun formation. Twins to the far side, one receiver to the near side. Inside handoff, faking the handoff. Goes out to Hunter. Hunter trying to make one man miss. He does. But he gets across midfield and then is tackled at the 50-yard line. A pickup on the play of 19 yards. First and 10 for the Jackets, and that was a good hitter.
Yeah, and Cardwell was open at the 45 as well. He had his choice on who he wanted to throw through that time. You know, going all the way back to like the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, when Stephenville got down in scoring range, they really haven't done anything since. And this is a good opportunity for them on that first play of 19 yards.
Trips to the near side, one to the far side. One back is Hunter coming in motion to the near side. Luker throwing out in the flats, has Cardwell. Tries to make one man miss. He does. Across the 45, down to the 40, first down, Stephenville to the 38-yard line. How tough is Cody Cardwell to try to tackle in the open field?
Man, I'd hate to defend him, man, on single coverage. He is so shifty out there. He's got great moves. And that play was so fast, and Boots, they've gone back to that, as you were saying earlier, maybe what they needed to do, take a little pressure off of Kellen Luker and that defensive line, slow them down. When he gets out there just one-on-one, I don't want to have to try to tackle him.
Twins to the far side. Luker under center. Sends Combs in motion out there behind the 2 receivers. Play action coming to the near side. Luker in some trouble, but he escapes. Now will throw this ball away and does a nice job of doing that. It's underthrown to the intended receiver on the play, I believe, was O'Neal. But Luker did a much better job that time, John, just getting rid of the football.
Yeah, he really just kind of threw it into the ground. Nobody was going to catch that. And Burns came free on a corner blitz that time. And Kellen didn't have a lot of time. He was lucky to get away from him.
Trips to the near side, Twins to the far side. Luker is in shotgun formation. Lions have 5 men up on the line of scrimmage on the rush, including the linebacker. Snap back to Luker, setting up, still setting. Now we'll throw this one deep across the middle. It's over the head of Combs. Combs may have had just a step on the defensive back on the play. That's Josh Franks. But the ball was overthrown. So that will set up now 3rd down and 10. And on the game, Kellen Luker is 10 of 23 for 146 yards. He has 1 touchdown and 1 interception.
Yeah, and he's forced a few that, of those 13 misses of just trying to make something happen and throwing the ball away.
Twins to the far side, 1 receiver near side. 2 running backs standing next to Luker in shotgun. Handing the ball to Hunter. No, check that. Luker on a keeper across the 30, down to the 25-yard line. A first down for the Jackets. As Kellen Luker fakes the give and on a quarterback draw gets good running room right up the middle. First and 10 for the Jackets at the Brownwood 25.
Do they not call sparing anymore? I mean, I've seen a lot of Lions coming in with the top of the helmet, which is obviously a dumb thing to do because you can get a neck injury to yourself.
With the crown, certainly.
But I've seen that Franks did it. I mean, check that. Meeks did that just then as Kellen was going to the ground. I used to call that a lot. I don't know. I guess they're not.
Trips to the far side, 1 receiver near side. Luker in shotgun. Pitches out to Hunter. Hunter will escape for 1 man. 25 to the 20. Looks to cut back. He does. 15, 10, 5. Gets to the 1-foot line, and he'll be just short of the goal line. Making a touchdown-saving tackle was Chris Meeks, but the Jackets will have first and goal to go from inside the 1.
Was that? I think that was Doty that made the block. Jay Doty that sprung him. I think it was. He was about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. What a great block by Doty.
First and goal to go for the Jackets just at the 1-yard line. Luker is under center. 2 backs behind him. Luker gives the ball over to Ferrazis. Ferrazis across the top. Touchdown. 1:48 to go in the Rent City Superstore third quarter. Stephenville now catches up somewhat. They're trailing 34-27 to Brownwood with the PAT yet to come.
Boy, that was an impressive drive. I'd said they need to, go down and score. Well, they march right down 69 yards and stick it in the end zone like they could do it all night long.
Getting set to kick the point is Boren. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. 1:48 to go in the third quarter. Our score, Brownwood 34, Stephenville now 28. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Health Focus Foods has just added 7 new weight loss products and has seen great results. We have added new products that contain no stimulants. We carry all the supplements for the Atkins diet, and we carry the new 5-HTP, which increases serotonin to the brain. This makes you feel better and also helps you shed pounds. We know as we get older, our metabolism slows down, making pounds harder to shed. So come by Health Focus Foods and let us help you. Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 6, Sunday, 1 to 5. Stihl has been building quality chainsaws since 1926. Bill's Lawnmower Shop has been providing quality power equipment service since 1966. For an experienced team that can provide excellent service and reliable chainsaws, look to Stihl and Bill's Lawnmower Shop.
Well, an offensive showdown tonight. Certainly that has been the case with 1:48 remaining in the third period. Brownwood 34, Stephenville 28. Brownwood getting set to receive the kick.
That last scoring drive, 7 plays, 69 yards, took 1:29. Jimmy Ferrazis with a touchdown. Scoring summary brought to you by Wendell Gideon of B&W Auto Sales.
Boren approaches the ball. Kick is away, high pooch kick to the far side, but coming up to take it is John Burns. Takes it at the 20, looking for some running room at the 25, and to be tackled at the 27, 28-yard line. And Brownwood's doing the whole thing I haven't seen in about 10 years, and that's when you send one guy after your kicker.
Yeah, and he kind of grabbed JW and threw him down. If any of the officials see that, no matter where it is on the field, it's over.
Thank you.
I mean, no matter where it is.
Unless you got the football in your hand.
Yeah, that's true.
So first and 10 for the Lions up at the 28-yard line of their own. 1:40 to go here in the Rent City Superstore third quarter. Lions have not been stopped yet here in the third quarter. Time for the Jacket defense to make a big stop. First and 10. Running the option near side is Freeman. Freeman cuts inside and is stood up at about the 32-yard line. He gets almost to the 33-yard line. Cal Gilson had a chance to make the play at the line of scrimmage, but Freeman was able to get past him, and Monk caved in first on Freeman for the 4-yard pickup. It's second down and 6.
Yeah, but you'll take 4 yards on first down all night long, dude. And this chews up a lot of clock, this kind of offense.
1:12 and counting in the third quarter. Brownwood 34, Stephenville 28. Split receivers to both sides. I formation behind Freeman. Tight end look on the far side. Play action. Freeman setting up, looking to throw. Back across the middle, has the receiver. It's caught and brought down immediately at the 45-yard line. Stephenville defender on the play was Josh Martin. But the backside crossing route was open on the play to Corey Crawford. He makes the catch. It's first time Brownwood at the Brownwood 46.
Well, this is a team that's proven they can throw the football if they need to.
On the night, Freeman is 5 of 9 for 118 yards and a touchdown. Freeman is under center, the bone behind him. Pitch back to Burns. Burns looking for somewhere to go, and he's hammered after about a 1-yard gain.
He jumped over Parks. Parks had Shea Ratliff taken down, and as soon as he landed, there was about 4 blue jerseys right on top of it.
Gain of just past 1 on the play. It sets up second down and a short 8. Ball is still in Brownwood territory just outside the 47-yard line. 15 seconds and counting in the third quarter, and looks like Brownwood will let the period run out. 10 seconds and counting. That will do it for the Rent City Superstore third quarter. We'll go to the final period of play. We think Brownwood on top, 34, Stephenville 28. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge, of investments and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory.
The Olympic Decathlon. 10 events, 2 days. You got to run, throw, jump, and hurdle. And you got to do it better than anybody in the world. Building a community. Hundreds of programs, one vision. You got to train, support, counsel, encourage, and guide. And you've got to help bring everybody together to make it happen. Only one organization does all that. That's United Way. That's the power of you.
12 minutes of regulation left as we go to the we go to the Techstar Ford fourth quarter.
You know, but it's one thing I said at the top of the broadcast. It'd be nice to see if this game can live up to its hype. I believe it has.
Second down and 8. Freeman under center. Giving to the fullback. No, Freeman on the keeper. Across midfield, and he's hammered. Hammered by McCormick, but then powers his way forward for another 2 yards.
Boy, here you see the strength of Kobe Freeman. He was stood up at the 50-yard line, and as you said, just powered his way forward for some good, important yardage. He got another 3 yards.
After the contact. So that now sets up third down and a long 2 needed for the Lions. Here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter, our neighbors right out there.
That's right.
On Washington Street. Big third down here, and if the Jackets stop him, it'll probably be an even bigger fourth down after this. Freeman under center, the bone behind him, double tight end look. Hand back to Ratliff. Ratliff is stood up quickly and then hammered right at the 45-yard line. This will probably be about half a yard or a foot short of the first down.
Looking at the spot, he
is going to be just short by about a foot.
Oh, they're going to measure it?
Oh, why?
Yeah, it looks like maybe the length of the football short.
.11:34 remaining here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Waiting for the measurement. Brownwood 34, Stephenville 28. It is about the length of the football short of the yardage needed, and Brownwood will go for it. They bring in the game now Jared Morris. You can expect him to be in the backfield, as well as Jason Barron, 2 defensive specialty guys that are large loads.
Well, one of the things that can happen here is a fumbled snap. They got to do it clean.
And they got to hope not to jump off sides as well. Freeman under center goes straight ahead. He will get the yardage needed for the first down. He'll pick up about 1. And he didn't need much. It will be first down Brownwood.
Boy, those guys, those offensive linemen just get run over on a deal like that, you know. They just have to submarine and try to use their strength underneath.
Well, you got the big running backs behind you coming right up behind you as well. 11:22 now and counting here in the fourth quarter. 34-28. Brownwood on top of Stephenville. Brownwood first and 10 at the Stephenville 44-yard line. Freeman under center. 3 backs behind him. Giving it to the first man, too. That's the fullback. He'll go forward, but check that. Will stop momentarily as there's a flag on the play. Freeman actually did not even give that ball away. It is dead ball, illegal procedure against Brownwood, so that'll back the Lions up to the 49-yard line of Stephenville.
Kobe walks over to talk to Coach Freeman.
Dad. A little bit of lull in the stadium right now.
A little nervous anticipation, I think, Luke.
Well, I'm pacing a little myself. 11:03 and counting. First and 15 for the Lions at the Stephenville 49-yard line. 1 split receiver to the far side. Tight end look on the near side with Pierce and the 3 backs behind Freeman. Freeman giving on the track to Burns. Burns escapes for some positive yardage. It gets to the 40. I tell you, the inside trap to Burns has been so successful tonight. That picks up 9, and it sets up second down and 6 for the Lions.
Good tackle by Browse that time as he went down and wrapped up right around his ankles to knock him down. But you're right, boy, that little misdirection thing has really caused Stephenville Yellow Jacket defense some fits tonight.
Stephenville is very close right now to have given up 400 yards in rushing.
And notice who's coming back into the game, Boots.
That would be Mr. Morris again, middle linebacker. Second down and 6 for the Lions at the Stephenville 40-yard line. Give back to Ratliff. Ratliff gets down to about the 39-yard line. A pickup of 1, maybe 2 on the play. So third down and about 4 coming for the Lions. Stepping up was McCormick again for a big stop.
Boy, you talk about just sticking your head into a play. That's what McCormick did.
Another huge third down here, John. 9:40 and counting.
And this is one where you got to make them think about going for it on fourth down. You need to stop them short. Yeah, a lot of clock running off, too, on a drive like this.
Brownwood 34, Stephenville 28. Freeman is under center. 3 backs again behind him. Freeman, play action, setting up, looking as though it's spotted down. A great defensive play on the made. It's made by B.J. Mercer on a strong safety blitz. Knocked the ball down as Colby tried to throw it. It sets up now 4th down and 5, and here comes the punt unit for Brownwood.
Well, that's what we talked about. You need to hold them there to make them think about going for it on 4th down.
Boy, and you got to question the call playing there. Brownwood has had so much success running the ball. Well, if they get 3 or 4 on the play, and even if they're short, there's still only 1 or 2 from a first down.
Yeah, they're just going to try to pin them deep here now, I think, Boots. It's be a good time for a fake.
Snap back to Meeks. Kick is away. End over end kick to Susie. Spirally kick that will go out of bounds. This one's very deep. This one will go out of bounds. We'll wait for the official to make the call.
The official left.
The referee has not signaled yet where it is, and it will be at the 3-yard line.
He was running down the field.
The referee, big-time mess-up. We saw that last year in Killeen, where the referee forgot to stay behind the punter to line up the side judge where the ball went out of bounds. He's all the way at the 20-yard line when he finally stops and realizes, whoa, I got to help my side judge. And that's just a blatant lapse of knowing what you're supposed to do from the referee position.
He was down at the 30-yard line when he saw and stopped and then gave it. I mean, he was standing back at the 50.
And when he saw the man at the 30, it took him to wait till the 20 before he could stop and then make the call.
Oh, that's a terrible call.
Well, the Jackets start 1st and 10. Luker looking to throw the deep fade pattern on the far sideline, just out of the stretched hands of Cardwell out at the 28-yard line. It would have been a heck of a catch, but it was slightly overthrown. And tonight, John, if we've seen Luker miss, most of the time he's missed long tonight.
Oh, and they had it set up, and Cody had his man beat. That was a play that had the potential of being another 97-yard touchdown. If Cody catches that, he'll score.
Second down and 10 for the Jackets at their own 3-yard line. Brownwood 34, Stephenville 28 with 9:10 remaining here in the Techstar Ford. Fourth quarter. Twins to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Evett in the game now to back right behind Luker. Evett will go in motion to the near side. Luker on the inside trap, giving the ball to Cardwell. Cardwell finds the runner, him out to the 10. He escapes. 15, 20. He may go. 30, 40. Makes a cut back at the 50. Now he's in some traffic. 40, makes a move. 30, run out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Cardwell elected on the play to not try and outrun Brownwood. Instead, he made 1 move after the 69-yard run, and it may have cost him the touchdown. I'm not sure. He definitely got a lot of yardage after the cutback, but that was a decision he made thinking he could score. It's interesting to see if he keeps running, can he outrun the Brownwood defense?
I don't think so. I think they were closing on him over there because he was going to have to wait for a block.
They may have had the angle, too, as well.
I think that was the decision Cody made. You're right. He got another 10, 15 yards.
But what a great inside trap to Cardwell to give Jackets right back in great field position. Pitch to the near side. Coming is Ferrasis at the 25, down to the 20, to the 15, to the 14-yard line. And power football for Jimmy Ferrasis as he picks up a first down. And may I have quick momentum can switch.
And how about this? We're 13 yards away from the end zone, and 2 plays had gone from their own 3, and they were running plays.
How about that for this offense?
That's crazy.
8:50 to go here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Brownwood 34, Stephenville 28, but Stephenville has 1st and 10 at the Brownwood 13-yard line. Luker is under center. Pitch to the far side is Ferrasis. Ferrasis looking to cut up. Instead, he'll be tackled for a 2-yard loss. That's one of those times where Jimmy, when he gets the pitch, needs to just turn it up and get what positive yardage he can.
Barron came up to make the tackle. Yeah, you're right. When you have to wait that long, you're not going to get anything positive.
Because pursuit's going to catch you out there.
Yeah, you can't wait that long. You just got to tuck it and run.
The ball is moved back to the 15-yard line, so it's 2nd and long 11 for the Jackets.
Some people standing at the end zone line got pretty good seats right now.
They're pretty close to the action. Luker is under center. One back behind him. 3 receivers to the near side. Play action. Luker setting up, looking to throw. Has an open receiver. It's way over the head of T.J. Douglas. Douglas was open at the 5 on the crossing route. Boy, and Luker is not happy right now because he has missed another receiver high on the play.
And look how much time he had. Boy, that offensive line gave him all day to let that's that route that takes a long time to develop as T.J. comes from the far side of the field and drags across with all the other pursuit going the other direction. And good defense there by Brownwood, but you're right, a pass that Luker thinks he probably could have made.
Luker is 10 out of 25 in the ballgame right now. Luker in shotgun, rolling to the near side. Still rolling, looking to throw. Has a receiver. He throws it too far in front of the intended receiver on the play, Cardwell.
Well, do you kick here or do you go for it?
Boy, you hate to come away from this drive without any points, but that still leaves you 3 points behind them. It's decision time. 4th and 11 at the 15, and Jackets look like they're going to go for it.
There's a big play in this football game, especially the way they've been eating up the clock on the ground.
It has been 6 passes since Luker has made a completion. Trips to the near side, twins to the far side. Luker is under center. Big all-out blitz across the Cardinal. Great catch is made at the 3-yard line. Oh, what a catch is made diving by Cardinal. And what a great job by Luker when the huge all-out blitz was on top of him to make the throw and the catch. First down, Stephenville.
And he got a great spot, folks. I think he landed on the ground short of the first down marker. And he slid, and they did him where he slid to.
How many people? How many people did Brownwood Lions have on the line on the blitz that time?
I think there were 7.
It looked like 11 to me when the all-out came through. It's first and goal to go for Stephenville just at the 3-yard line.
That was a huge play.
Luker is under center. Pitch to the near side, looking for another Ferrasis across the goal line. Touchdown! Stephenville has tied it with 7:40 to go in the 4th quarter. We're not at 34. The PAT is upcoming.
Man, that was a huge 4th down play. The only thing that would have worked that time, Boots, was that quick slant, and they called it perfect.
J.W. Bryant getting set for the all-important go-ahead extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick is on the way, it is up, and it is good. So with 7:40 remaining in the Techstar Ford 4th quarter, our score, Stephenville 35, Brownwood 34. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
So friends, this is Greg Bruner for Bruner Motors, sitting on top of my old friend Buck here. You may think this is a lot of bull, but I've got some specials that are no bull deals for you.
GM certified used cars and trucks which have gone through an extensive 110-point inspection and come standard with a 12-month or 12,000-mile factory bumper-to-bumper warranty.
On behalf of our 90 employees, come on down to any of our 3 locations for your no bull deal. And by the way, we appreciate your business.
The Stephenville Athletic Booster Club wants to say thank you to Northland Cable for backing the Jackets and generously providing the time for this broadcast.
We come here on a glorious quest, search for that which can be found nowhere else. Where, in the trenches where mighty men clash, amidst the echoes of glories past, high atop Olympus? No, this is our quest. This is what football is all about. Now all I gotta do is find that nacho guy.
Stephenville has scored 14 unanswered points to retake the lead, 35-34 here in the 4th quarter. John, that scoring drive.
8 plays, 97 yards, only took a minute and 34 seconds. Jimmy with the 3-yard run for a touchdown. That scoring summary brought to you by Fletcher Animal Clinic. How about that drive?
Boy, how big, that's the biggest drive of the season so far.
Well, that's one of those championship drives right there. The defense got to do it one more time, Boots.
Boren getting set. Kick is away, high end-over-end pooch kick that will be fair caught at the 22-21-yard line, and that's where the Jackets will start with Brownwood. Brownwood will start at their own 22-yard line. Derek Malarkey once again made the fair catch.
That's nice. Where's Steve Ross?
Boy, Ross has got to be pumped in the middle of all this. Let's go down to Steve Ross right now. How you feeling, boy?
Oh, it's just, I tell you, this crowd has gotten loud again. They were lulled into a quiet state there for a while, but they're loud again now, and Don called it. That's the kind of drive the championships are won with right there.
Now they need a championship defensive stand here, Boots.
1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 21-yard line. 7:34 to go in the ball game. Stephenville 35, Brownwood 34. Running the option to the near side is Freeman. He's in a lot of trouble, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Boy, and how strong is Freeman? He was stacked up at the line and then tried to run over two Stephenville players. And a little slow getting up is McCormick.
And that was Clayton Harmon back there that had him at about the 18-yard line. Never really got him clean. He's so shifty, but that backside pursuit really doing well now. Boy, this is a big down right here, Boots.
2nd down and a short 8 needed. About 1.5 yards on the game for Freeman, who at one time, you're right, Harmon had a hold of him in the backfield.
Yeah, about 5 yards back. Well, I'd look for that misdirection trap or something right here.
And once again, at tailback certainly is him. And there was only 1 second on the play clock, so Freeman takes a timeout. 6:49 to go in the Texstar fourth quarter. Stephenville 34, Brownwood 34. Back in 1 minute on KSTV.
You know to call State Farm if your car gets damaged. But what if you need a little body work? Well, what you might not know is that your State Farm agent offers health insurance. Whether it's for minor repairs or a new set of wheels, or even long-term care, the company that protects your car can also help keep you in mint condition. If you need health insurance, State Farm is there.
Supporting the Jackets for over 30 years. Bill Tomlinson, class of 67. David Tomlinson, class of 71. The Stephenville Funeral Home, your family's friend in time of need in Stephenville, in town. Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury. Come see the difference for yourself. New owners, anxious to win your business with the best possible deals. New hours, open weekdays till 7 and now open Saturday till 6. And most of all, new attitude. You'll love dealing with the friendly people at Techstar. If you don't buy from us, it won't be because of the price. Techstar Ford Lincoln Mercury, Stephenville.
Down in 9 after the Brownwood timeout. Freeman brings him up to the line, 2 backs behind him. Barnes is the tailback, split receivers both sides. Freeman under center, running the option to your side. Now setting up, he'll be thrown for a loss all the way back on a sack at the 14-yard line. He was set up by Hodges and finished off by Parks.
My gosh, Kobe Freeman was just leveled. Good Parks. You know, he had dodged Hodges, and for a split second, Boots, you think
he's going to get away.
I'm free. And then all of a sudden, he's blindsided. And then he was a little slow again getting up off the field.
It's 3rd down and 15, check that 16, and the coaching staff is telling all the defensive players, watch, pass, watch, pass, watch, pass. Huge 3rd down coming up here for the Stephenville defense. Freeman under center, split backs. Straight drop, looking to set up the screen, out the flats, has Deacon Burns and lots of running room, 20, 25, he stopped at the 34-yard line and he picks up the 1st down.
Huge play.
Beautifully executed screen on the play that Stephenville got sucked in on.
Boy, and I tell you what, if they don't get the 1st down there, this game could have been over right there. Because you don't have a whole lot of time left on the clock.
And it being 4th down and 15 at your own 15, you know they're going to punt the football.
Oh, yeah, that was a great call right there.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 34-yard line. 5:51 and counting in the 4th. Stephenville 35, Brownwood 34. Wishbone look behind Freeman. Giving on the trap once again to Burns. He escapes 1 man across 40, 45 across midfield, 45 and down to the 40-yard line of Stephenville. The inside trap again to the tailback has gone for huge yardage every play tonight.
Boots, that was a play that they had defended. They just didn't make the tackle.
There was somebody at the line of scrimmage I saw get an arm on Burns, but Burns broke the tackle.
You're not going to tackle him with an arm. He is strong.
So So it's 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 40-yard line. 5:37 to go in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter, and my, oh my, shades of 2 years ago. Split receivers both sides. I formation again behind Freeman. Tight end look on the far side. Running the option to the near side. Freeman tries to pitch, and he'll be dropped down at about the 37-yard line. Boy, Freeman was in a position where he's trying to pitch, and Freeman is slow to get up.
He was lucky. Gilson grabbed him just as he was trying to pitch. He was lucky he didn't fumble that football right there.
Hodges was on him as well, right at the place of attack. You're right.
He wanted to pitch that to Ratliff, who was the trailing back, and boy, that was real close to turning the ball over.
2nd down and 8 coming up for the Lions. Now under 5 minutes to go in the contest. Stephenville up by a point. Freeman under center. Handing the ball off again to Ratliff. Ratliff spins, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, gets down to the 25-yard line. And now it's a situation, John, where Stephenville's not getting fooled. They're not wrapping up and making plays.
Well, they're just getting beat at the line of scrimmage. And another thing that's happening here, Boots, a lot of clock going away. And if Brownwood goes in and scores here, Stephenville not going to have a whole lot of time to work with the football.
And if Brownwood is able to score a very interesting point, John, do you go for 2?
I mean, you have to. Only up by 6, I guess you have to.
All right, you hear the Can fans as it's 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 25-yard line, 4:28 and counting. Split receivers to both sides, split backs behind Freeman. Play action now, draw to Ratliff, right up the middle to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown. John, it was a play where I saw 3 defensive linemen run right by Ratliff, who had the football, were going after Freeman, and none of them knew the handoff had taken place.
Well, this is a big play right now for Brownwood. They've got to make 2 here just to get up by 7. Boy, that was an impressive drive. A championship drive for Brownwood as well. Man, I mean, you talk about answering the bell.
It is now 40-35. Brownwood will go for 2. Man, this is a huge 2-point conversion right here. Freeman is under center. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. 1 back behind him is Ratliff. Throwing to Phil across the middle. It's up for grabs. Incomplete. The 2-point conversion is no good.
That's big.
And Stephenville will trail only by 5 as they get the ball back after the upcoming kickoff. It's 4:15 to go in the Techstar fourth quarter. Brownwood 40, Stephenville 35. Back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Health Focus Foods would like to show your athlete how to get maximum performance through supplementation. We help boys and girls in all sports to have more endurance, increased performance, stronger bones, and greater lean muscle mass. Supplementation has been proven in all sports to be a critical part of the young athlete's diet, helping your children the same way we would help ours. Come by and see Mike for the best selection, best prices at Health Focus Foods. Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 6, Sunday, 1 to 5. Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge of investments, and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory.
4:15 to go in the ball game. Brownwood 40, Stephenville 35. Brownwood kicking off to the Yellow Jackets.
7 plays, 78 yards, only took 3:19 off the clock. A scoring summary by Loopy's Breakfast and Lunch.
Finley getting set for the kick. He approaches the ball, and it is away. Short end-over-end kick that will be taken by Evatt. Evatt up to the 20, looks to get to the outside, 25, cuts up to the 30, got to the 31-yard line, and that's where the Jackets will begin 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Well, that's exactly how far they had to go last time, Boots. In the 31. And
if you notice, John,
or 2 times ago, excuse me.
The 2 big plays that Stephenville got burned in that last defensive series, the 3rd down screen play and then the touchdown 26 yards. The Jackets are being so aggressive right now. They're kind of running past the play, and that might be the mark of a defense that's got about 6 or 7 underclassmen out there at any given time.
Well, you're going to see a team that's going to grow up right here on this drive, Boots.
Luker is under center, 1 back behind him. He sends Everett in motion to the far sideline. Inside pitch to Cardwell. Cardwell looking to get to the sideline, 35-yard line. The ball is loose. It will be called down at the spot. Brownwood wants a fumble. There is no fumble on the play.
That ball came out late.
A pickup of 4 on the inside handoff to Cardwell.
I'll tell you what, we've been talking about how tough Kobe Freeman is. Cody Cardwell just took a big lick from Jared Morris. He brings a pretty good load when he comes. He hopped right up.
Morris will bring about 227 at any given point.
That's a load.
One to the near side, one to the far side. Luker with 2 backs behind him sends Evatt the tailback in motion to the far sideline. Play action. Luker looking to give the ball. He does. It's Jimmy Ferrazzi across midfield down to the 46-yard line of Brownwood. And Stephenville, much of the success, they've come on the ground here in the second half as that goes for 19 yards on the run for Jimmy.
Boy, and Jimmy is just right up the middle and kind of sprung forward for a couple of yards. You hate to see him do that, though. Sometimes that's when you try to get extra yards that bad things can happen.
46-yard line of Brownwood is where Stephenville has the football. Twins to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Luker is under center, 1 back behind him. Pitch to the near side. Hunter cuts up, 45, tries to get to the outside, gets to the 44-yard line, a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 8. 3:02 and counting here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Your Yellow Jackets trailing Brownwood by 5, 40-35.
Robert Lilly with a big block on Barron to get Zach Hunter around the corner. I mean, he literally took him to the ground back at midfield.
2:44 and counting. Luker approaches the line. Steed far to the far sideline. Carville is at a wing back. Watch him. Evatt goes in motion to the far sideline. Evatt under center. Gives the ball again to Ferrazzi. Ferrazzi finds running room down to about the 38-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play. But precious seconds are ticking away off the clock. It'll be third down and about 2 needed for the Yellow Jackets.
And I don't think Stephenville's in any hurry to do anything right now, Boots.
What is the timeout situation for Stephenville?
Got all of them.
Stephenville has all 3 timeouts remaining. The ball is at the 37-yard line. Stephenville needing about 2 yards here. Pitch to the near side. It's fumbled in the backfield. Stephenville gets back on it at the 40.
Oh, yeah, they got it. Official needs to go ahead and call that.
156, and it'll be fourth down at the 40. And that was a play where Jackets needed about 1. Luker turned and threw a very quick pitch to Hunter. It hit Hunter right between the 1 and the 0, and it was too hot for him to handle. Stephenville very lucky they got back on the ball. It's fourth down and 4, and here's the ball game right here. Twins to the far side, 1 receiver near side. Luker is in shotgun, 133 and counting.
Here they come.
Snap back. Inside give to Cardwell. Cardwell will not get close. He will get to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Well, that's a play you kind of would have hoped that you would have faked the dive, as many people were coming up the middle and possibly on a keeper get the first down, but hindsight certainly works well 2020.
Yeah, now they got to stop them right here.
Well, there are 3 first downs.
3 timeouts.
Excuse me, 3 timeouts remaining.
You got to stop them in 3 plays.
First and 10 for the Lions at their own 40-yard line. Freeman under center. Gives the second man through. That's Burns. Burns has tackled the line of scrimmage, and Stephenville immediately calls timeout with 1:22. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Our score, Brownwood 40, Stephenville 35. We're back in 30 seconds on KSTV.
Once again, it's time for us to show our support for Yellow Jacket football. That means a lot of traveling. The all-new 99 Chevy Silverado pickup will get you there safely, in comfort, and in style. I invite you to stop by and see our staff about this all-new Chevy truck. And when you do, you will meet a staff that genuinely cares about you and your family. We consider ourselves family and encourage you to do the same. From all of our staff to you, travel safely and go Jackets!
Second down and 10 now for the Brownwood Lions as we come back from that timeout. 1:22 remaining here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Brownwood 40, Stephenville 35. Brownwood comes back to the line. Second and 10, 2 backs behind Freeman. Pitch to the far side is Burns. Burns looking for some running room. He'll be stacked up. Then he'll escape 1 tackler and go forward for 3 yards, and then another timeout is made immediately at the 44-yard line. Boy, Burns was wrapped up at the 40-yard line. He escaped for 3 more yards. And we're talking about a man who's soaking wet, might weigh 150 pounds, and might be 5'5", and he has given the Yellow Jackets fits tonight, John.
Well, he's got to be strong in his lower body because he's just breaking through those tackles. And you're right, they had him wrapped up back at the 40-yard line. I thought they did. He spun loose and got back out to the 43. That brings up 3rd and long. This is big play right here.
Well, all the media in the press box doing a little second guessing, talking about Stephenville maybe, looking at so much Stephenville going to the run here on that last series. Well, John, if Stephenville is able to get the ball back after they call another timeout, if they stop Brownwood short and then take a punt, they'll have to throw the ball now.
And they'll have a long way to go. So first things first here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 for the Lions. 1:15 to go in the contest. Brownwood up by 5. Boy, I don't think anybody's left yet, John, do you?
No, you know that 4th down that Stephenville converted and then went in and went for the go-ahead touchdown was huge. But that's, Brownwood's going to take a timeout.
Brownwood takes a timeout.
But that 3rd down and 16 after Parks had got the sack, that was really big.
We'll take a 30-second timeout. We're back right after this.